Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to another cast by Dada and Supperman. Supperman, are you around?
Hello, hello. Good to be
Hey.
here again. Looking forward to some more of these playoff games.
Yeah, because we've got Too Fast Too Furious versus GOSU. Uh, wait, Shimmer's saying that the title is wrong. Oh my god, he's right. I did it again, man. I did it again. I just can't seem to remember to change the title. Okay, let me just change it real quick. It's semifinals, Tier 1, Too Fast Too Furious versus GOSU. And it's updated, but it doesn't really matter because I don't think it actually changes anything. Okay, well, I've just updated the title. So yeah, this is Too Fast Too Furious versus GOSU, Tier 1. And yeah, I think you are familiar with these players, right?
Uh, some of them, quite a few. I mean, slight bias here maybe. GOSU is my own team, and Too Fast Too Furious very strong. They won the regular season. They finished first in the regular season, so definitely no slouches. I think
Yeah.
going to be a serious level of games here.
Yeah, I just noticed that we actually have almost the same matchups as the last time we cast, because we've got a bunch of CVPs, and then we've got a TVT to end it, so we'll see what happens.
The honorable matchup to end it all.
Yes, exactly. Let's have a look at the maps, which again is the same as last time, but let's go over these again just real quick. We've got Polypoid, our big 4-player map, big macro map. I think the most standard and most non-controversial map in this map pool of CPL.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely a comfort pick to just get started on, and we might see like the most prepared games on this map, or just the most comfortable games, and then maybe something more wacky later on in the series.
Yeah. I think this is sort of like a sliding scale from normal to abnormal type maps. Although maybe I think Neo Sylphid is maybe the more controversial map of the map pool.
I think it depends on who you ask, but yeah,
yes, that's true.
I'd agree with that. But
The
I
Muta
think
map.
all of these maps pretty solid. Pretty
Yes.
solid.
Yes. Let's see if we can get into game number 1. Let me just load it up right here. If StarCraft will actually work properly. Alright, there we go. So our first game is going to be badspeler versus iRk-AgGe, who is, of course, we know from the first stream of the season, when we introduced all the teams. He was the guy on the camera. Can you see the game? I just started it.
Can't join for some reason.
Let me... I'm getting some kind of a weird error on the screen, so let me just reconnect to Battle.net real quick.
StarCraft being tricky.
It's just StarCraft being StarCraft.
Yeah. There we go.
Alright, so let's have a look at badspeler versus iRk-AgGe, game 1 on Polypoid. Let me close the correct window here. There we go. So in the top right we've got badspeler, aka Living Alchemist.
And in the bottom right for GOSU, we have the legend of the CPL announcement stream. It's iRk-AgGe.
He is a different capitalization of his name every time I see him.
Yeah,
and AG.
Just a different account. Let's see. They did not play in top or bottom, so we'll have to stay with these colors.
Yeah, it's all yellow.
Yeah, well, we'll manage. At least it's not a mirror. So we have a PVZ on Polypoid, and already this is looking pretty spicy, but not from the player I was expecting. At least we have an in-base pylon here.
Yeah, and looks like he's going scouting right away.
Yeah, unfortunately probably not going to get the first cut here. So let's see if this will be a 2-gate pressure or maybe some tech build. And let's see what AgGe will do here.
Yeah, it looks like AgGe is for now just getting an Overlord. So I'm not sure what his build's going to be. It looks like he's going to make drones.
Could be 12 hatch.
Yeah.
Could also be 12 pool, but that's not that common. And we do have gateway going down. So these players, are you like, is this common? Are you familiar with badspeler? Like, is this common for him or?
I'm not familiar with him, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I do see the one gate. Let's see if he makes. There's the second one.
There it is. I was thinking, like, if you're pulling this out in game 1 of a series, is it kind of to throw your opponent off, or is it like a sign that this is what you're confident in PvZ? PvZ, of course, a bit of a tricky early game matchup. Maybe you're not confident in that fast expansion style, but I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know.
This 2-gate.
I feel like 2-gate is no matter how you cut it, it's always kind of like a good build, right? It's very aggressive, but it's not like it's a bad build.
No, definitely. With the right control, it can be very strong. We do see the hatch first here from AgGe into the pool, and my impression is that against 2-gate in base, the extra larva from hatch first is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
it's actually a pretty good matchup for the Zerg. Unlike if it was a proxy gate where the zealots arrive a bit too quickly, but I think this can be a good position for AgGe here.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually not even bothering to send the first zealot across the map. It's just chilling at the top of the ramp.
Probably waiting for 3. He didn't get the early scout. Yeah.
Yes, there they go.
Looks like it's moving out with 3 zealots here.
Oh my god, look at this. Look at this hatchery going up.
Shenanigans.
It's right at the mineral only, right next to the Protoss base.
Yeah, but you know, the hatchery could be even closer knowing AgGe. Like, it could be inside the main. Now it's not, because
it could be inside the main.
does have full vision kind of anything that would be coming into their base.
Yes.
Now these stellads are moving out. We have some links here. Sunken's morphing.
Yeah, look at this defense, man. This is this is hardcore, you know.
This is a heavy commitment with the 2 Sunkens actually, and that many links. So if badspeler is producing probes behind this, they will have an eco lead, I think. But now the question is, how will this hatchery be used? Will this be Sunkens? Will this be rallied links? Like a very quick Lingo in? Or we'll see here. We don't gas coming up now for the Zerg.
Yeah, that's hard to say what he exactly wants to do with it. I don't feel like you can really sunken. You can't really sunken push here. You might make some sort of defensive line here, maybe get some lurkers there later, but
there is some unbuildable terrain like in between the natural and the third, but I think you can build a little bit. Now we do have some links coming out here, slow links behind this, just
with with the core coming up in the wall here.
Yeah, and setting up a bit of a wall here. No cannon yet though, and now these links, zealots do spot them. We have a quick colony being morphed at this proxy hatch. Second force cannon goes down. Now this is a good number of zealots here to deal with the links, but a run by is very scary here, of course.
Yeah, and it's what I just saw in the chat from Lana saying that I wonder if the Protoss thinks that Zerg is currently on just two hatches or 2 bases at least. Because the probe is actually not scouting very much right now.
Indeed, but I think it checked the mineral only in front of Zerg's natural, and then checked 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Could be at 3 o'clock, of course, or like a far natural, but
looks like the probe is moving out now.
A bit confused.
Yeah.
About what's going on.
He's just mining minerals here. He's like, no, this is a perfectly normal base.
Yeah. We do have Lair coming up. Lair and Hydra then from our Zerg player. So this might be lurkers, an early lurker contain with the Sunkens here.
Yeah, and maybe with a spore there as well to take care of the observers.
Indeed. Meanwhile, Protoss just getting a Stargate, actually getting a cannon in the main. So maybe thinking this is 2 base, maybe thinking this is quick Mutalisks.
Yeah, that's definitely something that the thinking behind it makes sense, I think.
Right. Zealot moving out, gets picked up. Oh, some more Zealots coming out now. These are still Zealots. So
Yeah, these Lynx can't win this fight for sure.
yeah, it's a bit too many Zealots,
And then the
but I'm
probe is
not
actually
sure.
coming around. I think it's going to check the top left base, and then it might actually come around and find this base here.
Yeah, badspeler just looking for every possible option. We do have more Sunks and SimCity being set up at the natural, so I don't think these Zealots can get a lot of damage done.
Oh, look at that. It's double Evo chamber.
Indeed. So, I mean, Evo chambers are both good for SimCity, and I guess if you... Well, off of one gas, I don't think you can get double upgrades, actually. Protoss just backing off.
Yeah, I
But
wonder what
Sunken...
Protoss is thinking in terms of hatches, because you don't really want to be on 2 hatches at this moment.
Oh, he might find out now.
Yeah,
This
is the Probe gonna see
in
it? Yes, he is.
will be picked up by the Sunkens, and now Protoss must be so confused about what's going on here.
Yeah, and you can't... can you actually break 3 Sunks with this many Zealots if there's nothing else to buffer for it?
What is it? It's like... It's 10 Zealots. They could get on top and get some nice surface area, but we have more creep colonies being put down. These links coming in now with the surround. I don't think they would be able to break that sunken line. And
yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure if badspeler has realized that this might be lurkers either. They didn't get a scout into the main, I believe, because we don't see a robo just yet. Just only additional gateways, which is fine, but...
Yeah, I figure around this time, if it was Mutas, they would already be there, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he's assuming it's Mutas at this point. Oh, trying to move into
And look at this, you can't break this. It's just too much, man.
The links are tanking a bit, yeah. With the added Sunkens, I don't think you can break that just with Zealots.
By the way, to our viewers, is the sound okay? Let us know if it's not.
Yeah, please let us know about the sound. Okay, so the Corsair did get into the main and saw Lair and Hydra then, so it might be tipped off now about what's going on. AgGe's economy actually not all that great, because he has been making all of these Sunkens with a lot of his drones. But if this contain can get up, okay, Robo going down now, as the lurkers are first lurkers are done. So let's see how this contain will plan out.
Well, they're pretty far forward, actually.
Yeah, Zealot.
Oh, but there's no observer yet, so yeah.
Aren't able to pick them off here, and these lurkers now just chipping away at the front wall. Cannons going up. I don't think these lurkers could like run in and bust the cannon right away. I think there's too many units, but...
Yeah, look at the resources as well for badspeler, by the way. He's got so much gas. He can make a ton of lurkers.
Yeah, well, yeah, badspeler could make a lot of Templar, and AgGe could still make more lurkers, indeed. Okay, Corsair here trying to pick up an Overlord, but...
Oh, sorry, I said badspeler, but I meant AgGe. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Behind this, AgGe making some drones, so looking to transition this if the contain doesn't win immediately, but this is now observatory coming, but this is a tough position to break out of. You need to be like you need to play pretty controlled as Protoss to break out here with Goon Obs and ideally also some Storm. So far, 2 first Templar are coming out, but it will take some time to get the energy. And AgGe taking a 4th base behind this.
Actually doesn't have a forge right now, I think. Because the forge in the wall got picked off.
Yeah, indeed, the forge was picked off, so not... And only on 1-0, so the upgrades won't be all that great. Now AgGe is researching Overlord drop here, so maybe looking to finish this off, or like, okay, I contain you here at the front and you defended the front, but will you be ready to hold in the main? It's maybe thought here. Let's see what this drop can do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if a drop is the best way forward here, considering most of the defense right now is in units and not in cannons.
Yeah, Storm onto lurkers, they're very low. Oh,
he's gonna try to break out here.
Does take out the lurkers, but the Zealot is taking heavy damage here, now moving into the sunken line. I'm not sure if they can also...
Yeah, I think the sunken line is just a little bit too far here for badspeler.
Yeah,
I don't think you can break
this
this.
is going to be very inefficient here. All the goons going down. Now these Templars moving out. Lurker firing at them. One Templar does go down, actually. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
2 Templars, I believe.
Yeah, and I think he only got 1 sunk, and the other sunk is down to half health. So it's
Indeed,
very hard to
now,
break through here.
Indeed, but he did pick off all the Lurkers, so this does open a path for like moving onto the map. Of course, you need to be worried about a backstab, but Goon range only now just started. You can't really hope to break this sunken line without goon range, I feel like. I'm surprised even breaking through the lurkers he was able to do that. I guess they didn't have Hydra support, so that made it a bit easier. But behind this now, AgGe on 4 base. Just building up, getting some drones as well.
Yeah, and a robotic support bay.
And I heard an Overlord being loaded up.
Oh, did you? Oh, I see
here.
it. Yeah, it's right
we
here.
We have the slow Overlord.
Yeah.
Slow Overlord drop.
Speed is still on the way.
Yeah, but if you can get it in without this at this speed, then once the lurkers are in the base, they don't care about being slow.
There's almost nothing in the way of.
Look. In. The 4 to 6. Okay, Storm's going down on the lurkers there. The worst is that they have some resistance by the goons. Oh, I think the observer went down. Use back, but this is a lot of damage taken to the Protoss army. And behind this, the lurkers have been unloaded, getting into the main mineral line here. Badspeler sees it, pulls the probes to the gas, but now these lurkers can be so annoying, and meanwhile the entire army has been picked off. And now into the natural as well. 2 more lurkers coming in. And ooh, big hits on the probes here. A lot of workers going out. We have a Reaver, but Badspeler GG's out with that lurker drop follow-up.
Yeah, that was a really nice drop. So annoying to deal with when you're on 2 base as Protoss. We just got a message in the chat from Grass saying, if you see something like this, just skip leg speed, just go Reaver.
Yeah, if it's like early lurkers without much Hydra support, then Reavers really can do well. And also you want, of course, the early robot to get ops out. But wow, AgGe really pulling out the toolbox, I have to say. Here, not the in-base hatchery just yet, which I think a lot of people associate him with, but the early forward hatchery and then the lurker drop, just
yeah, really well done. Really exciting game too.
Not sure about how to deal with it. It's a tough position. Now, let's see how game 2 will be.
So yes, let's have a look at game 2 on Neo Sylphid. Alright, so we've got in the top spawn, iRk-AgGe in the yellow.
And in the bottom right, in the navy, for 2-pack 2 Furious, we have Badspeler, Living Alchemist. Now, this navy color, when I see it on Protoss, I always think of Snow. Like, often he plays with this navy color, and it's just like, if you watch his stream a lot, at least before, he used to always pick this color, so let's see if Badspeler can channel Snow's energy for this game here.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this dark yellow color that AgGe has. It's such a... Well, at least we have a good contrast this time.
Indeed. I think it fits Zerg more than any other race, though. I don't know, maybe I'm just biased against Zerg.
Yeah, well...
associating it with ugly colors, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm a Zerg player, but I don't really like the colors on the Zerg. Most of the colors, anyway. I think the colors look nicer on Terran and on Protoss.
I see.
I guess red is nice. Red is a nice Zerg color.
Yeah, it is. Now we do have this in-base pylon again. Will we have the 2 gates, or will it be... Is that just like a comfort build for Badspeler in this matchup? Maybe it is.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to be more on top of his scouting this time. But at least it's a little bit harder to get something up in the third base here for the Protoss.
It is. Now, badspeler also lucky getting the first scout here, able to annoy this drone for just a bit, and actually forces a pool here. I think AgGe wanted to go for the hatch first, but with the pylon, not the pylon block, but just the probe block here, accepting that, okay, this is going to be an annoyance, and just puts down the pool instead.
Yeah, it's always annoying when you have to do that. You kind of have to switch your mentality on the fly.
Indeed, indeed. And also, the larva is going to be a bit late now if these zealots move out for early pressure.
Yeah. See, the first zealot's already in production.
Yeah, this might be the tree zealot move out once again. Although I think if you have the first scout, you can also just send the first zealot. I'm not too confident on that. I'm not like, maybe not against pool first actually, because now we do have 6 links already. 1 zealot can't deal with that, so maybe it's better to just go for the 3 zealots once again.
Yeah, you don't want to have those links try to run by at a time like this.
The run by or just the surround. Drone getting in, sees the 2 gates. And let's see if we will have just more links or a third hatchery, or how AgGe will respond in this game. Ooh. Now this is something.
Oh my god.
Protoss main here.
You know what? You just said, oh, this is something, and I was like, wait, what? What? I didn't even see it just yet, but yeah, there's a hatch going up inside the main. But surely... Yeah, but surely he
vision.
Yeah, but he knows that the drone went in and didn't go out yet, right? So he should be able to find this, I think, right?
Yeah, but it's barely out of vision of like the Protoss vision here.
Yeah, you're right. It's just barely out of vision. Wow.
Well prepared. Let's see if badspeler is able to.
It's almost a shame that I've already played my last game for CPL.
Right.
Yeah, now he sees it with the assimilator coming up.
Yeah, the assimilator has a really high vision. Right?
But he's not actually sending anything to go kill it though.
Well, now these zealots are moving out. There's a lot of links actually here, so this might be a big link flood out of these.
I think he's still not seeing it actually. You can just send 1 zealot out to kill that.
Well,
I guess
I've faced this. The problem is that if you overreact to killing the proxy hatch, then the links get in at the front. Now.
Oh well, that might just be what's happening right now.
Yeah, he's pulling all the zealots.
I mean, you need just 1 zealot to kill that, not all your zealots, right? Oh my god.
Now get on top here, surround this 1 zealot, which pop out here, and sure, you'll kill the proxy hatchery, but now the links are on top of your gateways, and AgGe can just continue to make links out of the 2 hatches back at home. And also get some more links from the eggs here, and now these gateways are going down. There's no forge, still zealots trying to attack the egg. Now another zealot being surrounded, and this is looking real dicey. No production up for badspeler. Now this is quite a few zealots, so the links have to still micro a bit, but getting a nice surrounder on these 2 zealots at the top, and another surround, and I think this might just be over here.
Yeah.
4 links being rallied.
This is gonna be a short game, and look at how much is coming.
2 zealots left.
Yeah, at this point you just reset all your rally points to the opponent base and...
Yeah, just
hits, yeah, SC.
Yeah.
Oh, you did manage to get the gateways up though.
But the last zealot being surrounded, and now going for the gateway, not going for the probe line right away. Badspeler didn't pull probes, now pulling probes.
He's actually gonna get this in time. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
GG. And quick 2-0.
Can't believe you make so many links off 2 hatches, yeah?
Indeed, it's quite a lot. I mean, 1 hatcher, 1 larva, 2 links, 6 links from 3 larva. Times 2.
That's a lot of links, yeah, that's true.
A lot of links. And AgGe really, yeah, just had the answers to this 2 gates, 1 base play, it seems like.
What a cheesy player, man. This guy.
You can say that.
But you know, cheese is strong. It's not easy to deal with.
It's strong, and I've lost to this proxy hatchery stuff several times, and really it's the one. Okay, sure, the links or the sunkens which it can make inside the main are annoying. A lot of the power is this bait, which it kind of triggers something in the Protoss brain to go and attack the proxy hatchery and leaving whether it's your main or your natural wall in open for a run by.
Yes.
If you don't know how to respond to it, it can be very. So AgGe taking a 2-0 there for GOSU.
Yeah, so let's go on to our next game, which is going to be Bojack versus Y2Kid. And Y2Kid, of course, is the developer of the web application. So you've probably seen him around. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's go.
First game on Polypoid. Alright, top right corner we've got Y2Kid in the blue.
And in the bottom right, in the purple Zurich, we have Bojack for 2 Factor Furious. Also both being in the same clan, in Clan Ami.
Yeah.
So another PvZ.
It's a PvZ fest today.
Yeah, looks like it.
That's why we are casting this group. And also because it's not one of those really long 4-hour groups.
Yeah, I mean it's nice to. If you can pick, I guess it's comfortable. But let's see if this will be a more of a macro series or if we'll have shenanigans from both players once again. Looks like Y2Kid gonna build a pylon in the natural at least, so no one base play right now. Sending the probe back to mine, so this might be a gateway opener. Usually if it's forge, you would want to probe scout right away. This might even be a 9 gate since the probe is not going back. High is better, right? Maybe there's some latency, unfortunately, between these two. But hopefully it wasn't too impactful.
It's a typical Protoss player, really willing to play on high or extra high.
And I think, yeah, overpool from Bojack. So very middle of the road opener, can respond to pretty much anything. Will get the first scout on these Protoss as well. Will know it's a gateway first. Will know to make the extra links. So this should pan out into a pretty standard game, I think. Depends, of course, on the micro.
Yeah, it's possible you might even just keep the Zealot at home.
Yeah, you could. Although with 9 gate, you do usually want to move out and try and force some, get some pressure on, since you did cut a bit of eco for this very early Zealot. And we did have a drone scout going out just to check, but before realizing that Protoss was at top right. So meanwhile, Y2Kid getting the last scout, unfortunately. Not the Overlord being on that cliff. Protoss doesn't see it, so doesn't know where the Zerg is, but now will, of course, realize and will send the Zealot in the right direction.
Yeah, that first Zealot is just coming down now, and the first links are out.
But we do already have 4 links here. One Zealot alone can't really handle this. One Zealot and a probe, if you have like insane micro, might be able to deal with this. But if the links just get on top of this Zealot, they can just pick it off.
Yeah, the Zealot was dancing a bit as well.
Gets behind the mineral here, so we'll trade more efficiently actually against the links. But the Zealot still goes down, only losing 1 link. That's a very nice trade against the initial Zealot. Now probe does get in, scouts the slightly late gas, but I think it's fine if you're against the gateway to go for the tree hatch first, get those extra links, and then get the gas. Actually, just making drones here. Oh,
Links can actually try to. Oh, but that's a nice block on the ramp.
Good pro block here, and we do have 2 Zealots. Can deal with these link numbers just fine. Should be able to just tech up here since Zerg is. Well, actually, Zerg has to make some more links because it has to respect the potential of another move out.
He does see the Zealots move out, fortunately.
Yeah. Behind us, getting the Forge, not going for like some core before Forge shenanigans, just very safe kind of way. Besides losing the first Zealot, just playing very safely here.
Looks like
and does have the Probe Scout alive,
yes.
so knows exactly what Zerg is doing.
Yeah, the zealots are actually going back. I thought for a second they were going to group up with the third zealots, but looks like they're just happy to walk back.
But it's fine. Forced a little bit more links here. Anything to delay the Zerg's droning just a bit. Still doesn't see any lair or a Hydra then, so Y2Kid wondering what Zerg's tech choice still is. The probe scout being alive has kind of delayed any potential tech choice for Bojack, I feel like. Floating 250 gas. Okay, we do have a lair now coming in.
There's still no link speed, by the way.
Yeah, I think you would see that. You can probably start that now if you are going into a Spire build. Okay,
Oh, he cancelled the lair. Wow.
Tricky, tricky, tricky.
Yeah.
So this will be a Hydra then, but it's like...
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Hydra
even then it's... Yeah, that can be tricky, but even then it's not like the absolutely quickest Hydra then. So let's see here if Y2Kid will get like a follow-up scout and get a read on this.
Yeah, well, he did see the lair coming up, so he might not feel that it's necessary to recheck right away.
I mean, it's not. It's like you want to trust what you scout, right? When you've kept the probe alive for so long and you saw the lair go down, you think like, okay, now I did my job here. I scouted the Zerg's tech roads.
Yeah, he's making +1.
And actually getting lair anyway. Here.
Oh, he is actually, yeah.
So this might be a follow-up into Overlord speed and lurkers. Now Stargate finishing up for Y2Kid, so we'll be able to get that scout of Zerg, not starting the Hydras yet, just getting that next Overlord, going into 4 hatcheries. So this might be like a macro play actually, out of Bojack, instead of a committed bust.
Yeah, he might have been a bit on the fence over what to do.
Yeah.
Might have thought maybe I'll do a bust, or maybe he's changed his mind. Maybe he wants to do some light Hydra pressure into a 4th base.
Yeah, that could be an option, or just like 3 base heavy powering. We do have the first Corsair out now for the Protoss. Citadel coming down, looking very standard. Some gateways coming up, +1 on the way. The Corsair spots the first Hydras moving up though. Let's see, and this is actually more Hydras and range coming up, so...
He's not making another cannon though.
There's only 1 cannon. It is quite far back though, and with these Zealots trying to run in, especially without Hydra range, might be a bit tricky. But
yeah, the Hydra range is still a ways out.
Yeah, but I'm a bit surprised that Y2Kid isn't throwing down more cannons. He saw the Hydras. Okay, now these Zealots being poked, not on home position, being pulled in. 1 goes down, and I really think yeah, now probes coming up, but starting more cannons, but this is going to be at least, I think, the gateway and the forge going down here. Now 1 Overlord was picked up by the Corsair. The Corsair sees further Hydras being rallied, and more Hydras are being made, so this is pretty committed actually out of Bojack.
Yeah, there's a fair number of links in here as well that we can use to tank shots.
Yeah, and this +1 will not finish, unfortunately. Second forge has not been started, so will not be able to go for more cannons. And now just going in here with the Hydras and the links.
Oh, the Zealots are not moving forwards.
Yeah, Zealots in hold position, just tanking, hoping for the cannons to finish. Probes being pulled now, but these cannons go down so quickly, and now the probes goes down. This was just not respecting the possibility of the Hydra busts. GG.
GG, yeah, that was... I didn't think it was going to work.
Tricky. Well, I think... Well, I mean... He saw the lair, you know. But then the Corsair did see a Hydra, so... Yeah, but then maybe didn't realize it was that many Hydras and didn't have enough cannons on time. 4 cannons completed can be okay, but when they're all like slowly building 1 at a time, then it's kind of... The Hydras can just go for the kill.
I'm actually not sure if... I'm not sure if the initial intention was actually to do the bust. I think maybe he just wanted to do some pressure at first, but then realized that he had the opportunity for more here.
Maybe. I mean, it's part of the instinct of being a Zerg player, isn't it? Knowing when to go for the... mashing the unit button and going for the kill.
Yeah, indeed.
So let's get into game 2.
Game
Sylphid.
2 is going to be on new Sylphids. Do you think we'll see a game on butter this time? Because I think last time...
I think so.
Last time I think we only got one, right? At the end, I think.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay, let's get into it. Alright, the top, the, what is that, lime? Glitching one of his probes through the minerals. It's Y2Kid.
Always unfortunate when the probe gets on the wrong side there. And in the bottom left, in the pale green or something, I'm not totally sure, not teal, it's Bojack.
Yeah, it's like army green.
Yeah, you could say that maybe. So Sylphid, in my opinion, almost even a better map for early Hydro Pressure. Now, especially the bottom right position, I feel like is pretty tricky to cannon as Protoss. Now it is tricky to line up the Hydras well too, but this top position can definitely also Hydra bustable. Do you see the pylon again?
Yeah,
mining minerals.
No scouts.
Yeah, might be a gateway once again from Y2Kid.
I feel like with 3-player maps, it's more often the case that the wall lane is just more difficult. Maybe.
Indeed. I mean, you have this unbuildable part here on Sylphid, which does make it a little bit tricky. Like on you see the rocks there.
Yeah, the little rocky parts. Yeah.
Yeah, and also on this map, you can't really. Well, the cannon rush is a bit tricky here. I don't think you can really cannon rush effectively on this map because of the mineral line. So that might also like help the gateway opener just a bit. We do see the overpool once again from Bojack though. Drone trying to be tricky here, but just gets out, lets the probe in, going for the drone scout. Let's see if Y2Kid is able to block the hatchery here. Bojack actually sending the drone right away to the third location. That's a way to deal with it.
Yeah. Apparently doesn't seem to mind.
Now pulls back actually, so this hatchery will be a bit late. Which is a bit unfortunate. You won't have as much larva. Puts it down at the mineral only, and we do have the first zealot on the way.
Yeah, it's there it is, it just came out.
There it is, and 4 links from Zerg. Not going for the full 6. 4 links can, as we saw last game, if it's just the zealot, then if they get on top, the 4 links can deal with it. But if the zealot gets like in a good position here, it can be tricky, and you will probably need additional links to deal with the further zealots. Chasing the probe for now, while knowing that the zealot is coming in. Zealot pulls back. This is the tricky part. Like if you miss where the zealot is, but the overlord does see it. So knowing where the zealot is like part of the battle.
Yeah, it looks like the second zealot is moving out as well. It looks like maybe he's just gonna go back.
And this is pretty conservative, I have to say. Going for the forge before Nexus here, and the third zealot. Y2Kid is maybe suspecting this was more links. We have we have 6 links only, and going for the forge before Nexus here is like a very safe variant, definitely. Just making sure that you won't die to any sort of link pressure.
Yeah, it looks like there's not any more links coming up. Maybe a few more.
Yeah, and the probe sees that 3 links are chasing, so at least knows that there aren't that many links coming to your natural. Even if Zerg maybe made more links, at least it's not all of them coming straight for you right now.
Yeah, this is super safe, getting a cannon here.
Yeah, even getting the cannon before the gas and the core here. Just playing very safely. Respecting, maybe like being a bit shook from last game, and just deciding to take it to a longer game, maybe being confident in their macro. They are clanmates, so maybe they have played a lot before and know that each other's playstyles. That is a possibility.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. I hadn't thought of that.
We do have link speed coming, actually, and no lair, no Hydra then, and further links. So, okay.
Taking a bit of damage there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can really pressure this, even with... As long as the Zealots stay in the wall, I don't think Link Speed will get a lot done here.
Yeah,
But
it's a
of
bit
course, this
surprising
is
you
a,
went for Link Speed, I think. I don't think you
maybe
really
hoping
need it
for a
right
move
now.
out. It's kind of common to move out with 3 Zealots here. But White Kid actually just cutting Zealot production for a bit to catch back up on tech, it seems like. After seeing all these links being made. Getting the Stargate now, getting the second cannon, being very safe. After the second cannon might try to move out, but this is... Okay, now a fourth cell being started. And behind this, Bojack really doesn't have much going for him. There's no Hydroden, there's no fourth hatchery, there's no lair. So with this Stargate on the way, I think they'll either need a Hydroden or an Evo pretty quickly now to be able to deal with Corsairs coming in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's actually going to try to move out here because there's actually so many Lings out here now. I think he can actually fight 4 Zealots, and he just probably
Yeah,
want to keep some home in case there is a Ling run by.
yeah, and also the probe gets in and just sees that this is pure drones and hatcheries going down. Okay, now getting the Hydra then, so we'll probably might lose one Corsair, one Overlord here, I'm sorry, but the Hydras will eventually get up and be able to deal with Corsairs, just getting into that big macro play style, it seems like.
Yes, in the meantime, Probe is scouting around. Has a look at the
Yeah,
third
it's...
base, sees there's nothing there except drones.
I mean, it's keeping a probe scout alive against speedlings here. The speedling support just sitting at the front instead, but
But there
could like...
is no lair yet.
Yeah, but if you're just doing this heavy hatchery, heavy drone, heavy Hydra style now, eventually, you don't need a lair right away. The Hydras are being hatched now. The Corsair might not even be able... Yeah, the first Hydra is actually out, so mistake on my part on the timing there. So this Corsair probably won't be able to get much damage done. Of course, can get the scouting.
I wonder if Y2 is gonna make some more cannons here, knowing that there's no lair and that Hydras are coming out.
Yeah, well, you will either need Storm, a quick Storm, or Cannon here, but this is also like a pretty macro-heavy build from Zerg, I think, eventually. Going for some Overlords now, but moving back the Corsair to try and split fire, gets one Overlord, very nice. Pulling back one Corsair to like change the target fire and gets one Overlord. And we do have the lair now for the Overlord speed, I believe. And just looking to power up here. Meanwhile, White Kid adding some gateways. I don't think has started Storm yet. Just, okay, as I say it, of course, Caster Curse. Looking to get that Storm timing, like around 8:30 or so. It's often when you want to have Storm in this matchup. Adding the gateways is probably going to be big 2-base pressure.
Yeah, it looks like this is gonna be a longer game than the last one at least.
Definitely. Now, of course, there's just roaming around. They got one more Overlord, I believe. Being annoying. And a lot of Hydras coming out now, so actually just staying on this 30 drone count and just pumping heavy Hydras, which is definitely... I've seen this a bit. It's a... You can sustain quite a lot of Hydra production just from 30 drones or so. And with the Overlords... Overlord speed not started, I think. Okay, it's actually Lurker. Fast Lurker here.
Okay, yeah.
Behind this, so maybe looking to get up and contain. Although now with no Overlord in the area and with these Corsairs and no Overlord speed, DT could actually be pretty strong here. We have the first 4 Templar. Yeah, we have a DT already actually. And
Oh, I
now
see it, yeah.
4 High Templar. So once they will have the energy, Storm is done. And the DT should be able to shut down this move out from the Zerg player.
Look at how many Hydras are coming though. I mean, obviously one DT is going to be able to pick them off if there's no Overlord, but...
Yeah, one Overlord is coming over, but it's gonna take some time. Oh, Hydra's moving up now, getting into a fight with the Zealots. Zealots do have +1, and they have speed. Getting, trading okay, but like, this is no Storm yet, and the Hydra
Yeah, and
picking off
the
all the
DT
zealots.
is getting kills, but it's only on Lynx, and you don't really care too much about the Lynx in this situation.
Second storm, big storms here actually.
Oh my god, these storms are incredible, man.
Yeah, and that's what shuts down this kind of play. Like, this is a bit, we're kind of checking if...
Oh, look at this. All these Overlords are coming over, but they're getting picked off by the Corsairs.
Oh, yeah, slow Overlord. Okay, Hydra's now catching up. Will be able to pick off the Corsairs before all the Overlords go down. But
I think he forgot. Oh, yeah, there is one Overlord there, actually. He does have his Dark Templar there, but the Overlord's already there.
Yeah, but the DP still did quite a bit of damage. Mostly picked up Lynx, though. So the Hydra's still able to chip away at the wall. Will deny this Forge upgrade here. 2 Forges going down. More cannons coming up. And let's see, do we have more Storms to hold this? One Templar with 40 energy, both Templar don't really have energy right now. And Bojack just going for it.
Oh, but he is targeting the Zealots.
But this is a lot of cannons for that number of Hydras. We have more being rallied.
I think these are the last Zealots. For now, at least.
Yeah, now the Zealots
so
have
now, yeah, the Natural's almost naked now.
Yeah, we do have we have a bit of a bank though, so the White Kid could be producing more Zealots here to tank, but really it's eventually Storm that's going to break out here. And
yeah, meanwhile the DT is going to the third, so there's Hydras being made though. But will he notice it actually?
Hydras are moving away and this DT can get a lot of damage here. Bojack does realize it, pulling drones away, but still, this got like 4 drones, I believe? Maybe we'll get
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, now the Hydras, okay, trying to get into the natural, but we do have Hydras and Overlord here. At the front,
meanwhile, big storm on the Hydras in the front of the Nats. Wow, that picked off a lot of Hydras.
Bojack being distracted here, White Kid planting down a big storm. Now, the first lurkers are done.
Yeah.
We do not see a Robo just yet, getting Goon range, but you will also need Robo. And this is still, okay, I think we have 1 more storm, 2 more storms here. So White Kid,
I don't think he should be moving out here though.
Lurkers not burrowed, huge storm once again on the Hydras.
But there are not enough Zealots here. With these Goons are gonna fall very quickly to these Hydras.
Yeah, the Lurkers get burrowed, and sure, these are big storms, but just pure Goon, no Zealots, no Obs, can't really break out here. Some drones coming in, must be a missed rally, unfortunately. Don't think we'll see the proxy hatcheries once again. Taking some damage, and behind this, Bojack has been able to drone up pretty heavily, actually, getting up to 45, which is a very healthy drone count. Like, you can saturate 4 bases off of that, too. DT is still on the map, though, looking for any 4th base, which is now going down at this fake high ground. DT might see it, moving in that direction might force a cancel. And
yeah,
more
he is going to find it.
Yeah, DT sees it. Just walking by for now. More Hydras being rallied up to the Protoss.
Oh, the DT is going to get picked off. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, gets picked off. Did spot the 4th base though, at least. And now the Robo is done. Now this is like...
He's only just making his observatory right now.
Tricky part. How do you break the lurker contain? It's a pretty narrow natural on Silpit to bust out of, I feel like. Especially with all these cannons.
And there's a drone here actually. Must be a bad rally, but whenever I see something like that, I do kind of wonder if he's going to make a hatch.
Yeah, it happens, but just huge Hydra energy coming out now from Bojack, just continuing the pressure here, because really the game now is about reinforcing this contain as heavily as possible, because Protoss is on a pretty big gate count. Do have the famous 8 gateways for the big 2-base push here, and if the contain is just a bit too light, Zerg might be in a tough position, even planting down a hatchery here at the forward base. Ooh. Picking up some lurkers here, very nice.
Look at those nice one-shots on those lurkers.
Big storm on the Hydras too, and not losing any Zealots, but it's very like controlled way. Now Zealots are coming in, there's still a lot of lurkers. Big storm on the Hydras though. And I think with only, we have 1 more clump of Hydras here, but I think the initial trade from Protoss was efficient enough.
Oh, that's another great storm. Wow.
Sure, some runes go down, but I think Protoss will be able to break out here. Some more Hydras coming in. But this is looking like a bust out from our Protoss player. And now this hatchery not long for life, I think. Behind this Zerg on a good drone count, but the army now is the real issue. All the lurkers went down basically, and it's not even a big Hydra count. Also supply blocked, unfortunately. So White Kid can use this bust out now to go for a counterattack, as well as trying to maybe get their third base up.
Yeah, I feel like the counterattack, I don't think he is enough to actually break anything here. He might be able to go for the third base though, because there's still almost nothing there.
There's
And
still
this,
some storms. You can force some good fights here against small packs of Hydra. Oh, this group of Hydra can't
it's
be
a very
here,
small group of Hydras, yeah.
Yeah, we have one more group coming there, but this Protoss army can deal with that, especially with a big storm going down there. Trying to pick up the observers, but there's no lurkers actually, and neither at the natural or at the third. So
well, he is out of storms now, and there are not that many zealots, so...
He is. There's a few more zealots coming now, but I think if White Kid knew that there weren't any lurkers ready, I think he was going for the bust. Now, going for the third instead. Big Hydra group being built, but getting into the worker line here, gonna pick up the hatcheries, gonna pick up these Hydras as they spawn. I think this is still a very good decision. And coming in through this bridge is not really how you want to engage this, I feel like. And this third base is not one for life.
Yeah, that really sucks to lose this base and lose those hatcheries especially.
Yeah, just macro slipping once the contain was broken here. No further lurkers and these piecemeal Hydras being picked off. This Protoss ball can sort of just play calm and collected and chip away at the Zerg here. And we have some more Templar coming out now, so we'll eventually be able to reinforce with that. Now the main is mined out, but we have the third coming up, and White Kid looking to take the fourth as well at the mineral only to keep that two-base mining going, just making sure they can't lose this game really. And GG.
There's the GG. Yeah,
very nice bust out of the lurker contain there.
Yeah, and he was actually making 2 hatches in his main because he just didn't have any production.
Yeah, wasn't able to spend their money behind it, unfortunately. It's tricky, like if you do this contain, it's really a do or die, I feel like. I mean, Protoss has complained about how lurker contain is tricky to get out of, but for the Zerg, if the contain breaks, you might just be dead behind it.
Yes, exactly. Which means we get our first game on Butter of the series.
Indeed, 1-1. We'll get into game 3.
Alright, in the top corner we've got Y2 Kid.
And in the bottom right, in the yellow, we have Bojack.
Bojack. Of course, sending his overlord in the correct direction because there is only one direction.
Indeed, indeed. We are on the 2-player map. I kind of like this map for PvZ personally. I can't say it's tricky to get out of lurker contains here, but maybe that's just me. But I think, like, if you get into a 3-base, 4-base situation, I feel pretty comfortable on this map as Protoss versus Zerg. So let's see if Bojack will put on like early aggression here, or if they also feel comfortable in taking this to a longer game. It looks like we'll have the gateway once again from White Kid, just preferring that build, which is fine. Just do one build and it's a good way to improve. Oh, actually sending the probe back, so this might... No, sending another
probe, yeah.
Okay. So this will probably still be a 9 gateway then.
There it is, yeah.
And this looks like...
yeah, drones being made for the Zerg.
Looks like hatch first. Now, it's always interesting on 2-player maps going for hatch first because you are risking, like, if this was a forge scout, a pylon scout, the probe would be here in time to block the hatchery, but now with the gateway scout instead, we'll be able to get that hatchery down, which is of course very nice for Zerg to get that 12 hatchery. And of course, White2Kid can't really cannon rush here. So instead gonna try and put on pressure. Now 9 Gateway can get in here before Zerglings are done, I believe.
Yeah, I think
pool
so.
only
The
now
pool,
going down.
yes, only just started, so it's gonna be a little while before the lings are out.
Yeah, we'll have to like drill drones maybe if White2Kid goes straight for the mineral line. Also being annoying with the probe
Yeah,
here.
this probe is going to work, man.
Just poking at the drones, showing off your APM that hey, I can try to be beast, you know. Now
Actually mining a mineral patch
mineral
that no drone was actually mining from, so.
Yeah, that's also very annoying.
And you want to hit a mineral patch that a drone is mining from, of course, or is about to mine from, so that they all dance around and go to the next patch. But,
yeah, denying that. Let's see if this will be how many zealots we get here before the Nexus. First zealot on the way, spawning pool only now finishing up. So I think like can get it. The zealot can probably get into the mineral line here, like right before the links pop.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, and getting the third zealot before Nexus, it seems like. Now, some of these drones are softened up yet. Forces the drill, but now the links are out. Now, gets the probe, very nice.
Very nice to get through that probe very quickly.
And White2Kid just parks the zealot instead in the safe spot. But I think, yeah, either moving it up a bit or like it's a bit tricky now because actually without the probe there or the second zealot, like you can get a bit more surface area with the links. Now the second zealot coming in as the first zealot is surrounded, only gets one link down. Very nice hold so far, I would say, from Bojack. Now the second zealot being a bit more tricky. Oh, these two drones not mining, unfortunately. Some larva also. Oh, actually, I think, yeah, Bojack missed their second overlord. That's really unfortunate in this situation.
Yeah, that's
gonna have
so
to be a bit supply block here. Bit rough, I think. Goes for the lair now. But now the two zealots in the middle line.
Gets a drone. Beautiful.
Sure, the zealot goes down, but already just getting that one drone damage.
Yeah, and the fourth zealot is actually on the way already.
Forcing good trades, just rallying more zealots. Keeps one at home though.
But as this was going on, he actually got a third hatch up.
He did, which is nice, but like just this constant pressure now. Gets into mineral line once again, forces another drill. That is lost mining time. Sure, no kills.
I feel like
Did
maybe
he kill his own drone?
Yes. I feel like maybe if oh, did he? Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I think one drone died as the zealot was like by the gas. That's so. Yeah, I heard like the sound of a drone dying. That's so unfortunate.
But now
the 9-gate really paying off this game.
Yeah, but now there's a ton of links out on the map, and there's 3 hatches, and there's lots of larvae, and I feel like maybe you can do some counter pressure here with these links. There is a cannon just barely gonna be coming up though.
Second gateway will finish. Second zealot will finish up. Will block.
I guess he's just gonna be safe, just barely. Yeah,
perfectly safe. And now as for the tech timing here, we have the Stargate halfway almost as the Spire is going down, but this is a pretty low eco Zerg, I would say, if you're gonna try and get into like the macro 3-hatch Spire, 5-hatch Hydra play.
Yes.
But definitely, I would say Protoss a bit ahead here from the opening stage with the Zealots. But let's see, we have the 3 Zealots now. Will White2Kid go for another move out? It's kind of common, but if you've already done this much damage, I think maybe it's fine to just sit back and bank Zealots for your speed upgrade instead, and +1.
Yeah, Citadel's coming down, or it's just coming up.
And sure, now Bojack did make quite a few drones. Would like to see some of them at the third actually, just to get the saturation, more evenly. Move some over. But now Spire is done. Will this be like the hatchery Hydra than Evo, or will this be just It looks like 5 hatcheries, no second gas. Getting the Scourge. Not sure if this Corsair will be able to get an Overlord kill before this. Yeah, not even trying for it, just pulling back, being safe. Might be able to get the Overlord outside the natural instead, as these Scourge are coming out.
Yeah, definitely a good idea to pull back here. A couple of Scourge are already out.
Indeed. And this is actually 6 hatchery.
Yeah, there's the
Hydra
6th hatch, yeah, and a Hydra then
6
coming up.
hatchery, Hydra Den, no Evo just yet. Okay, Scourge coming in. Will they get this Corsair?
Oh,
Yeah,
they get it. Yes.
The Corsair goes down, didn't get the Overlord. Okay, this second Corsair coming out, trying to finish the job. The additional Scourge aren't there just yet. Will be able to get that and then pull back.
I feel like Bojack is the type of player who just doesn't like to make sunks all that much.
Might be. We do have one creep. Okay, we have actually being morphed now, being worried maybe about the possibility. We have 4 gateways here.
Yeah, Scourge came into the main, but Y2 actually has a cannon there.
Yeah, has the cannon, like, to prevent any Scourge sniping the freshly made Corsairs, but also gets the scout off, kind of knows that this is the very typical, okay, Stargate, Citadel, more gateways kind of style. No like true Stargate shenanigans, no reavers or anything like that.
We have a DT that's out. Looks like it's gonna, maybe he's gonna pick off some of the links here. I mean, they're 3 links.
Yeah, of course one-shots them, so unless you're paying attention, directly looking at it, you won't really notice. Yeah, all the links go down.
There they go, 7 kills already.
And we actually have a Muta switch behind this. I was wondering, like, without Evo and with these sunks, could this be Mutas? And it does look like it. Mutas and actually getting also Lurker upgrades, so might like try to turtle with Lurks and Sunken sent home and then use Mutas to get damage.
Yeah, that's possible,
Corsair sees it though. And Y2Kid actually cut Corsair production during this, and I don't think he has air weapons either, so we'll have to restart. But, yeah, add more cannons. We'll see if he restarts Corsair production here against the Mutas. The Zealot move out will eventually be picked off here. Very nice Sim City, but actually without any Hydras can get on top of the Sunken here.
Nice pick off on the DT.
Yeah, was trying to run by there. Now let's see if the Zealot will be picked off, but will try and get any drone kills they can until they do pull the drones away, but still get, I think, 4 or 5 drones at least. The Hydras are out here, but this will still do damage to Zerg's economy, I would say. One more Zealot here in the main mineral line can be very annoying. Might get 1 more drone.
Oh, yeah, there it goes. Maybe 2. Can he get it? No, just 1, but yeah. Very good damage, I think. It didn't seem to me like, considering
that you were against Mutas here, like there was no Hydras to block for the to prevent the Zealots from getting surface area on the Sunken and just being able to run by them. Now going for the big goon energy in here actually.
Oh, look at these, Mutas are moving out along with a bunch of Scourge.
Yeah, probably expecting more Corsairs being made here. We do see 2 Corsairs now parked over the cannons here. Moving out, Scourge out of vision, so now this is... Okay, tries to storm the Mutas, doesn't really get them. Now this is when you would try and bait the Corsairs into the Scourge here, but not taking the bait and just macroing up here. Behind this, a lot of Hydras coming out. We have Hydra range damage, so looking to transition here. Let's see, okay, Goons moving out. Torus just getting their upgrades, getting, once again, this 8 gateways, looking for this strong 2-base push.
Yeah, I think Y2 is in a very nice position here.
Yeah, we do have this a bit further away 4th base actually, and not in the most obvious location maybe, which would be right to the left of the natural. Let's see if Y2K is able to spot that. Looking to take their own 3rd base, but the Mutas see it.
Yeah, that's a very nice scout. Very nice.
Snipes the probe, just being annoying, and knows where Y2K is looking to take that maybe in the future to do another counterattack maybe.
Looks like Zerg is about to get +1 weapons for the Hydras.
Yeah,
already +1 for the Protoss, so he's just getting his armor now.
I would say, for the Zerg here. 45 drones. Only 10 supply behind the Protoss here, I would say, has been macroing pretty well behind this, despite the early damage. But now going up to Protoss is going up to 9 gateways, even getting 10 gateways, getting the observatory and third base now.
See if you can snipe this. Oh, yes, beautiful.
Get some Templar, that's so valuable. Not having storms with this push, any storm you can like deny is really nice. And just makes this Hydra army later on all the more powerful.
Yeah, there are not that many High Templars here.
Yeah, we have 2 High Templars here. They have banked a ton of energy though.
There's actually nothing being produced right now.
This one Templar will have 3 storms, the other one 2. Okay, Hydra's now coming in, a bit of a...
Oh, but the army has split up. Look at that. Yeah, part of the army is going on the high ground.
Oh, but this is like, now the Protoss can storm everything as the Hydras are coming in a line. This is very efficient trades for Protoss here. Even with the backstab gear, this, I think, is still a good trade for our Protoss player here. These Hydras kind of coming in one at a time, like one group at a time and being stormed, and Protoss just pushing through.
Yeah, for a moment, I thought that was going to be a very good trade for the Zerg, but it didn't quite work out, despite the fact that the army was split up at first.
I think Zerg had good supply, but kind of just engaged, not with everything at once, kind of trying to move in the Hydras to meet the Protoss army, and the Protoss army was just there a bit too early. Also coming up the high ground, kind of, you have these narrow paths on the butter, right? Ooh, trying to surround the Protoss army here, picks up the Templar, very nice, but the Hydra still not trading too great against this upgraded Protoss army here, 1-1 against 1-0, but will be able to eventually pick up all the goons here and resetting the Protoss army, which is a good position for Zerg, as they are slowly getting up their 4th base. However, Protoss does have their own 3rd here, and 3 base against 4 is an okay position for Protoss. Also now with the double forge spinning. Look at definitely go into
look at all
these
lurkers being made. It's like a billion lurkers are being made here right now. 12 lurkers.
Yeah,
wow.
Against all that, Protoss can't really be aggressive. I feel like if these lurkers get into position, we have equal supply almost. Protoss would rather I think Protoss should rather look to take a 4th base here and just try and rely on the double forge, eventually giving them a timing, because against this very heavy layer tech play, adding more hatcheries, I'm not sure if a direct fight is the choice here. Although, of course, with the right positioning, like if Protoss catches the Zerg army once again in that narrow choke, I think the Storms can do good work.
Yeah, the Protoss army it's growing now, but it's still not very big right at this moment.
Yeah, all the goons got reset. Looking to take this 4th at the top left.
There's a zealot actually going to scout, and it actually scouts that base.
Ooh, and that's a base without any defense here. Can get to work on these drones here. Very nice. Very annoying. Some Hydras being sent over to deal with it, but still.
Yeah, nice. Meanwhile, Zerg actually sees that Protoss is ready to take this base.
And this is maybe what triggered Protoss to move out. Like, thinking that, okay, now Zerg pulled away a lot of units here.
Again, the army is splitting up, by the way.
They haven't been split up or burrowed anywhere. So if Protoss gets on top of this with some storms, that can be very bad for Zerg. Ooh, these lurkers need to burrow. Okay, now burrowing. If Protoss pulls back, you don't want the zealots into that lurker field. Will go down really quickly. Zerg spots the 4th base from Protoss with the Scourge there. Will know that, sending some lurkers over, looking to defend this 4th base of their own here, but now the Protoss army is coming in. Lurkers setting up. This is a big Protoss army here. 2-2, almost done. Zerg will have to attack up the high ground to get into this. Oh! So
yeah, Zerg may want to try to flank this.
Yeah, but it's tricky to flank up a high ground. These zealots are going down, but so are all the Hydras and the lurkers.
Yeah, that was a beautiful storm. And I don't think there's enough to protect this.
And also with the storms now, as these Hydras are kind of coming in once again, it's tricky to control this Zerg army with so many units. Whereas Protoss is kind of just like sitting in a ball, it's easy to, well, you have the opportunity to put down storms and just kind of, yeah, trade very efficiently. Now going for this counter attack, all the lurkers have been moved up against this fourth base, and now Protoss has to move into a high ground, and that creates a big storm on the lurkers though.
Oh, the lurkers are actually moving in on these cannons now.
Running into the cannons will probably be able to take them down, but also, yeah, now we'll be able to pick up a lot of probes.
But look at this army composition from Zerg, man. There's one Hydra and it's all just lurkers.
No Hydras for this. All the lurkers will eventually go down. Of
there's
course,
a giant, there's a giant army coming down here now of Hydras, but I think it's gonna be too late. These lurkers are gonna get picked off.
Yeah, bleeding off so many lurkers here. Sure, denied mining at the fourth and killed all the cannons, but didn't actually kill the base. And meanwhile, Zerg lost their own fourth, unfortunately. And with all these lurkers lost, all these heavy gas units gone, this position looks really tough for Zerg, I think.
Yeah, the supply difference is gigantic now.
Yeah, huge supply difference. Protoss will be able to mine off of 4 bases again. Zerg about to mine out their main. Of course, Protoss main and natural are mined out too. So we'll need to transfer some probes, but now I think this is a very good position for our Protoss player.
Yeah, he has enough High Templar as well. There's a lot of Hydras though, so I think he'll be able to defend and turtle his bases.
Well, it depends on the storms, I think, because there's no lurkers here, so a lot of High Templar coming as we say. They have a lot of energy, some of them full energy. So I think if Y2Kid casts their storms well, last the big storms, I think these Hydras alone can't do it.
Oh, but he can't be donating part of his army though.
Really can't. Also, this is 2-2 Protoss. Big upgrades here.
This is a beautiful arc from the Hydras, but there come the storms.
Yeah, still good storm at the edges here. Mixed up a lot of Hydras. Hydras just leading off. Yeah, more and more storms being cast, and Protoss can kind of tear through this. They need to cast a few more storms. Has a few more storms.
Yeah, there are no zealots left.
Yeah, some boots go down without the zealots.
There's so many storms, man. Look at how many storms he has. He still has storms left.
Does, and behind this does have a superior economy, so it's fine even if some goons go down. Like Zerg is still just scrambling to survive here. 20 Hydras being morphed, but they will all be coming in like in small groups. Even more storms going down here. This is just, they might eventually be picked up now. I think the final storm was cast, but reinforcement coming in, that might be what breaks Bojack.
Yeah, it's a reinforcement of zealots as well, so that's very nice.
Yeah, we'll be able to get into the drone line and get on top of the Hydras as well.
I think this might be it actually, there's so many zealots here. Yeah, there's the GG.
Indeed, GG.
Very nice game by Y2.
Yeah. Starting with the strong early damage there from the 9 gate finally showing its worth after 2 games of like kind of playing more defensively, losing the initial zealot here. The 9 gate was able to get a lot of damage done and really, I think, put Y2Kid quite a bit ahead. So yeah, that puts us 2-1 and 2 matches for GOSU so far.
Yes, that's right. It was a 2-1 in this game. Let's see.
Yeah.
What, we still have another PVZ, lanaishot versus Cenderze. How would you pronounce it?
Fiesta.
Yeah, it is. It really is today.
Okay.
So let's have a look and see what this match is like. This is going to be on Polypoid, game 1. lanaishot versus Cenderze.
Let's go.
Alright, in the top right corner we've got lanaishot.
And in the bottom left, we have Cenderze, Black Zerg. So cross positions, we haven't seen that so far. We saw We saw top right against bottom right twice now, but now we have cross positions. How do you think? Do you think that can impact this matchup in any way?
Well, personally, I kind of have trouble with this matchup in the late stage of the game, so I'm the kind of player who likes to just go and be very aggressive right at the beginning, which is definitely quite a bit more difficult when it's cross spawn.
Bit tougher.
It's like
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
it's like it feels like it shouldn't be that much further, but it's actually quite a significant difference, especially when you're doing Hydra aggression. It really makes certain kind of builds a lot less effective and a lot more likely to just fall flat.
Yeah, and speaking of that, is this one of the builds which you would say are less effective? We have a 9 pool.
Yes, well, 9 pool is always good, I think. Obviously, there's a long distance here, but 9 pool allows you to dictate the game. It's low econ build, but
it's fine to transition out of too.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, but this has to be a Forge now. This can't be a Nexus, I think, or Lana.
Oh, it's a Nexus. Wow.
It's the 11 Nexus. Okay, 11 Nexus, 11 Forge. It seems like this build can hold Overpool actually, but I think it's a bit tricky, and it's the no scout because you have to know you can't really scout. You need the minerals here with this build. Scouting after Forge. I'm not sure if this will be able to hold against 9 pool. It can hold Overpool, but I think if Cenderze finds out here with this drone scout, this might be a very quick game 1. We'll need to pull a lot of probes here, I think.
Yeah, this is not looking good for sure.
Yeah, Link's already out, 6 Links on the way. Drones behind it, so not even like super committed, but
yeah, sending the links diagonally right away.
Yeah, knows with the drone scout and the overlord scout. Oh, gateway and cannon. I don't think that's what you want here. Of course, doesn't know just yet that it is a 9 pool. We'll only see it now, and with a single cannon here, no probes ahead.
Yeah, I think Lana's gonna have to pull almost all the probes, and there they come.
I think it's too late. The links are getting on top. Okay, now pulling a lot of probes, drilling on top of some of the links here, blocks some of the surface area, but the cannon goes down, and now just picking away, not drilling further. Okay. All of these probes going down. GG.
Yeah, that was a build or the loss if I've ever seen one.
Indeed. Doesn't matter if it's cross spawn, 9 pool against Nexus first. If you scout the Nexus first, or if you don't scout the other 2 locations, and it's Nexus first, you just win.
Yes.
Pretty much, unless like, of course, there's like you can probably find some pro gamer that's able to hold a 9 pool from somebody else with Nexus first, but like just in most situations, that's just a straight up win for the Zerg player. Very nice. 9 pool is a good build to mix in like in a series in part because of games like this. Nexus first is like a valid opening from Protoss, but the Zerg needs to be ready to punish it.
Yeah, it's a very strong build, I think. Just overall, it's like you say, it actually transitions as well. You can just build drones behind it if you can keep the Protoss or the Terran in their base.
Yeah,
it's good.
You don't need to do like the speed and full all-in variant. So very nice, 1-0. Let's see how we'll do on Sylphid.
Yes, let's get this started. Game 2 on Neo Sylphid. Top spawn, we've got Lana is hot.
And in the bottom left, in the orange now, we have Cenderze.
Yeah, it is orange. I switched the colors, but orange versus brown is maybe...
Top versus bottom, okay.
Yes.
We can do top versus bottom, I think.
Let's use red-blue, yeah. The orange and brown is a little too close.
Yeah, okay, so red Protoss, blue Zerg, all good. So, let's see if we'll have the... I said that like I like 9 pool as a mix-up. I'm not... Let's see if we'll see it like as a... Oh, okay, never mind 9 pool. Never mind 9 pool. This is a 5 pool.
Yes, it is.
This guy has no chill.
No.
Okay, I hope
I didn't
we...
realize it at first, but then I saw, wait a minute, those larvae are crawling around. What are they doing?
Yeah, I hope we won't see another Nexus first here. That would be a very sad series.
Yeah,
Even if it's
Lana
my
just
own
thinking like,
team.
well, there's no way he's gonna do another aggressive opening again, right?
Yeah, no way, right? Now it's the time for the Nexus and then the Gateway. No, this looks like it's gonna be Forge. Even on 10, the very, very safe variant.
Yeah, against this build, I don't know if this 5-ball is gonna hit fast enough, actually.
Well, it's unfortunate with the last scout, but I mean, you can, of course, 5-pool, you can transition out of it, but like the response from Protoss often is to build a pylon in the main, build a cannon in the main, keep it alive with probe drills.
Yeah, I think actually that the Zerg did not see the probe just now, so not sure which location the Protoss is yet.
Yeah, might see the lack of anything at natural though, and then use that to send the Zerglings to the top. Now the Zerglings moving past the probe, you shouldn't chase the probe here. Oh, actually going for the cannons at natural here. So it's gonna try and defend at the natural, pulling a lot of probes to do that though.
Yeah, you need
Might
to pull
work.
probes here. These cannons are not going to be up just
Yeah,
in
if you're
time, I
gonna try and
think.
hold the natural, you would need to pull probes here. Okay, they are drilling now. The probes can't be picked off just like this in the. Okay, stops the drill.
Oh, picks up
Loses a
2
few
probes, but that's okay.
But gets some okay drilling further, losing more probes, but this is buying valuable time for the cannons to get up, and yeah. Sure, you lost a few probes, but you're still ahead on workers here, and actually the Link's trying to dive in. No way that's gonna work. Behind this, we do have drones. So
Yeah, this actually doesn't look bad for Zerg at all, I think.
well, yeah, 5-pool does allow you to transition, but this did... Okay, you killed maybe, what was it, like 4 probes or something?
Yeah, I think there was 4 probes, yeah.
Yeah, but Zerg still ahead. No, sorry, Protoss is ahead on workers now.
Yes.
And can, of course, doesn't really know if this is going to be more links or a or drones
yeah,
from our Zerg player.
The probe
Doesn't
was
have
in the
probe
base
scout.
and saw that there was more drones made, so I think you would probably expect there to be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
not
No
a-
gas either. So no speed
Yes.
links.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So then you can be comfortable here, I think, to take a Nexus. Let's see how Zerg will try to transition out of this. If this will be Hydras or later Speedlings or Lair even. I'm not sure about Lair, but yeah. And
I
Protoss
think.
will probably just try and get a gateway.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little while before we see that from Zerg.
Yeah, might just need to drone up a lot here.
Yeah. See
Probe
if we can get
gets
the
out.
gate up.
Very nice to get the probe scout out. Only not being able to spot it. We'll just confirm that this is like an eco follow-up. Doesn't need to make any more cannons really, or can just go into them.
Meanwhile, there is a
next
third hatch at a somewhat hidden location.
A bit hidden, but
A bit
also
hidden,
like,
yeah. It's not at the place you would normally get your third, but it's not that far away either.
yeah, maybe not. Like Zerg is maybe a bit more flexible in terms of where to place the third. When the Hydra then goes down, I'm not sure. Did Cenderze see that the probe got in actually?
I'm sure they saw it,
Yeah,
right?
I think so. I think so. The probe doesn't see the Hydra then actually.
Can you imagine
It's
if the
barely
probe
out
just
of
makes
vision.
like a pylon and a bunch of cannons here?
Yeah, or like a proxy gateway and
Yeah,
or
gateway
just
for
in Zealots
DTs or
even.
something. Yeah.
Zealots, I mean, it doesn't even have a core, so DT would be a bit away. But yeah.
Well, honestly, I don't really like this location for a third myself. I wouldn't take it in this location myself because it's just so far away.
Yeah, maybe gambling a bit that like, yeah, just like an eco gamble sorts maybe. Especially since you won't, it's gonna be like really far until it's gonna be really long until you get any lurkers up, and you can't really afford sunkens off of this low eco everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't just run a bunch of units all the way down there if like a zealot happens to come in. It's just nasty.
Yeah, it is. Now, Lana getting a second gateway, so gonna try and get a bit of a zealot count up here. Let's see if they go for what kind of tech they go for.
Meanwhile, that probe is still in the base.
It is, and we actually have Lair after the Hydroden here from Cenderze, and Citadel, no Stargate so far from Lana.
Probe is moving, move deeper into the base. The probe is actually just moving into this little nook here.
Yeah, there are some Hydras here. Okay, another probe actually tried to get into the main, but was picked up by the Sunken.
That's a probe that you use to make them think that your other probe is gone. Like,
Indeed. We have a Goon out now poking, maybe gonna try to pick up this Overlord. Also be able to poke at these links.
He's not confirmed the base yet, though, the third base, so...
He hasn't. Oh, there we have it. Like you were saying.
Oh, it's actually happening.
Sneaky,
wow.
Sneaky. But it wasn't envisioned, but these Hydras will be able to spot it. Now, Zealot and Dragoon at the front against the Sunken. I'm not sure if they can get much done. If they find a third, though, that can be tricky.
I think it's morally okay to build cannons in the main of Zerg that tried to 5-pull you.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Actually,
that's okay.
The pylon finishes.
Yeah, the pylon actually finishes, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's funny.
You don't want to be supply blocked, I guess. Like.
Yeah, you're gonna just run another probe in there, right?
Oh, okay. Now Hydra's moving out. Will probably. Actually, I mean, these zealots are pretty strong. More zealots coming in. Hydra's
very nice micro by Cenderze, by the way.
Yeah, pulling back the damaged Hydras and will force the zealots back. Will actually pick off a bunch of them. These are slow zealots. And now, will this be further Hydra production? It seems like it. I don't think he has range yet. He has speed. Oh, it's lurkers actually. Going for the lurkers right away.
Yeah, it would be strong here to try and get a contain up.
Yeah, but we have a cannon at the front, and without Hydra range, you can't. I don't think you can pick off the wall here with the forward cannon.
No, I don't think so.
Finishes.
Yeah. Oh, you can actually hit the forge, yeah.
Oh, you can? Okay, that's very nice. At least the leftmost one will be able to do that. Slowly. Maybe can fit one more there. And let's see behind this. Okay, some more drones. Protoss adding gateways. Just like slowly beginning to look like a normal game despite the... Okay, speed is done, Zealots moving out.
Oh, they're gonna pick up these... Yeah. These Hydras should run away.
Yeah, in small numbers, Zealots do very well here.
Actually more Zealots than Hydras.
Don't want to see that. And since Zerg has been researching lurkers here, these Hydras won't be able to fight very efficiently against the Zealots, I feel like. Of course, with the Sunken here, it's a bit different, but out in the open, I think the Zealots can do pretty well.
Yeah, and there's actually +2 weapons coming for Protoss now.
Yeah, morphing some lurkers now at the third base, so looking to defend that.
It looks like Protoss is gonna take 3 o'clock.
Ooh, and the Zealots get on top of the Hydras
here.
Oh,
getting a couple of Hydras.
Unsure.
Very nice surround.
Very nice.
And you know what? I'm not sure if Protoss has actually confirmed this base yet. I think...
did they see it? Yeah, I think they saw it now with the probe. Maybe.
Yeah, are you sure? Because...
Maybe they saw the lurker. I'm not...
Yeah, they might have seen the... Oh, actually, I think they saw the creep.
Yeah, might have seen the creep. Now, taking that third base, as you said, at the 3 o'clock. Bit sneaky, but also it's nice because you can wall it, of course, and you get the full gas geyser and the minerals. So it's a very nice economic base to have if you're able to get it. Of course, just being a bit far away.
Yeah, both players opting to take a base that's just slightly further away.
Okay, Lana maybe didn't realize actually because they were looking for a base up at top left instead, but now kind of keeping the Protoss soft contained a bit here with this Zealot Templar army. Some DTs as well in the mix.
Yeah, so far this is not a very formidable army just yet. There are a couple of
Yeah,
storm
but
zones,
also
though.
Zerg doesn't have much. Like it's a few lurkers, but the Hydra count is puny. Really, it's
Yeah, that's right.
not even a full control group at the natural here.
Just 2 lurkers here.
Oh, lurker moving up.
It's the bravest lurker I've ever seen.
Burrow, a huge. Okay. Some more storms there. Oh, actually, Hydra's moving back into the storms, and they do get some damage, and they pick up the lurker.
Yeah, nice
Another
job picking
Hydra
off
goes
that
down.
lurker.
Yeah.
Well, that probe is going down now. It's gonna confirm the base finally.
Hydra's trying to snipe Templars, not able to. Morphing the Archon. The third gets saturated for the Protoss now. We actually have a Spire here, some Scourge out. Maybe looking for any coursers, any drops, but no Mutas so far. I don't think. Cenderze just trying to make Hydras, but not a lot of hatcheries to macro out of, it feels like. And also 2 of the hatcheries are at this hidden base, which... Okay, now DT coming in. You have 2 lurkers though, and...
Oh, it doesn't move out of range. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get in either way. There would be Hydras hatching.
Yeah, there's actually a pretty high amount of drones for the Zerg.
Indeed.
I think the economy is quite good.
The unit count. I'm not sure about this move out from Zerg.
Yeah, this move out is not gonna do anything. That's just not enough
this
units
is
here.
this is not enough. Just not enough stuff. Simply, we have these lurkers. We have the defensible third base, but which is fine. But we don't have the hatcheries to macro off of it. We do have one more hatchery going down now. Actually, Queen's Nest. Maybe looking to get it to Hive, but will you be able to survive before Hive is kicking in here? Overlords really take off, and the Hydra's also being chipped away here.
Yeah, I think these Hydras should move back to behind the Sim City.
Oh, yeah. Now, don't have an observer here, so can't push in. But behind this, Protoss can just continue macroing 3 base, very comfortable position against 3 base Zerg. Picking up some goons, but these are also very good upgrades for Protoss here. 2-0 against 0-0.
Yeah, still no upgrades for Zerg.
Yeah, has the double Evo, but
actually getting
just
plus 3 weapons now.
Yeah, not going for that armor style. Okay, +1 for Zerg about to kick in, actually.
Yeah. There it is.
Now we have 9 gateways from Protoss. Big energy here. Can just... Another fat storm on the Hydras. Templar goes down, but still continually dwindling Hydra count here. Like, it's only the lurkers keeping Zerg alive, it feels like. We do have an observer now with the Protoss army. Actually, Protoss taking another base at the other natural.
I mean, what's stopping Protoss, really? And there's
Well,
there is a couple of Hydras here, though.
Yeah.
I think these
Hydras
Hydras
will try to stop it, but
I think they're just barely maybe gonna get the snipe on this Nexus, because there's stuff coming down for Protoss, but I think it's gonna be just too late if you just focus down the Nexus.
So maybe they can get the Nexus, but of course all the Hydras will go down. Yeah,
there it goes. Nicely done.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Nice, but at the same time, you're bleeding up.
Yeah. I was just thinking maybe it's just not worth it.
Yeah, I mean now Zerg trying to move out with these lurkers now that the Protoss army is a bit in a different position, maybe trying to get a surprise contain up, but this is I'm not sure. I think like just with some storm, this Zerg army can easily be dealt with. Lurkers being burrowed, no observer just here, so shuttle gets picked up actually. Now the Zerg army coming in, some overlords behind here.
I mean, it's a nice lurker spread, but there's no Hydras here except for a few.
Yeah, there's one group of Hydras. Okay, the Protoss army collecting itself here behind, looking to flank, sandwich.
I feel like this is just the end of this whole contain.
Yeah, just the 80 moves in. Zealots go down, but like we have 3 base, we have a lot of men who can replace that. The goons live through it, and they are like the meat of the army, right? And now this Protoss death ball is just all the much stronger, while Zerg has been bleeding off these small groups trying to get stuff down. sure, it's cute, but this big Protoss army, plus 3 weapons now done.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not sure if
the macro army,
can be held here.
yeah, the macro is really gonna kick in for Protoss now as well.
Denies the 4th base once again for Protoss. This is nice, but now this army at the front. No spore here to like pick up the third right away.
Yeah,
Big storms going
I
down
think there's
on the
just
lurkers as they're trying to morph.
yeah.
A few more lurkers, but with the goons alive, with more storms, with the observers alive, you can just pick away at the wall. Sure, the zealots will go down, but that just buys time for the goons to work, and another storm goes down.
Oh, storm on the drones, nice.
Saves a lot of them actually, but now the wall.
Hydras are coming in for a flank though, but there is more Protoss coming down just yet.
I mean, you can flank, but if you don't have enough to flank with, sure you pick up some goons, but this is still just a big Protoss army. Pretty much all that Zerg has been dealt with. Some units at the 3rd defending, but GG. Lana tying it up 1-1.
Yeah, very nice game.
Very nice. Holding the 5 pool with the 5 pool with the probe pool. Sure, just buying time for the cannons to get up, the 2 cannons, denying any further aggression, and then just macroing out of it. Very nice.
So we are going to get another game 3.
Indeed. Another butter game. I can't believe it. It's butter.
I can't believe it's butter again!
Yeah. Yeah, Grass pointing out the minerals for the Zerg. I think Cenderze didn't have the hatchery count and kind of was stuck on like a low Hydra count
Yeah,
for most of the
definitely.
game. Didn't have
Yeah.
the hatcheries, didn't have the, and also like bled off small groups. While
Yes.
Protoss just kind of built up a bigger and bigger army.
Yeah. In the meantime, we've got Lana in the top right corner. Looks like let's have a look at what the colors are. It's brown versus army green again.
Yeah, let's stick to top versus bottom maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, and in the bottom right we have Cenderze of GOSU. No 5 pool this time.
No, exactly.
Let's
Lana not
see.
actually hitting the not doing the early game APM spam, by the way.
Yeah,
APM
Lana
44.
definitely. I would say what like. Okay, it doesn't spam. It's rather just efficient with their play, with their clicks. Kind of in fights, they hit their storms really well. Like no, their macro, no slouch in the macro department. And okay, if you're not going to click a lot, at least make sure that the clicks you do are efficient. And I would say Lana is with their style, if they can get the macro energy going, I think they are very efficient at that.
Yeah,
So
it's,
we have an overpool here from Cenderze, just middle of the road kind of. Last
Yes.
game, okay, the gimmick stopped working. Okay, I'll call it a gimmick. If you 5 pool, that's a gimmick actually. So now just going for the standard play here. Meanwhile, Forge from Lana also, like being honest, not going for the 12 Nexus once again.
yes.
So maybe the most standard looking game so far. We'll see, of course, it can deviate still.
I mean, it is a game on butter, so it's... Oh, nice block of the
pylon
hatch.
block. That's
Yeah.
annoying. Even pulled 2 drones here to try and ward off the probe, but with the pylon block. Now the question is, will you cancel the pylon or will you finish it? Cenderze does have a drone here.
It
Yeah,
looks like it
goes
is
for the
cancelled,
cancel.
yeah.
And actually, this was a drone scout, and then there's a hope.
And
to build
there's
the
another
hatchery is
pylon.
Natural. Didn't go for the hatchery at the 3rd, and now this is just mega delayed with the
Yeah.
2nd pylon block.
This
Cenderze
feels terrible,
hope.
man.
Yeah, Cenderze was gambling on the saw with the Overlord that the pylon was cancelled, but wasn't able to get down before the 2nd pylon block. Now these links chasing the probe. Cannon going down before Nexus, very safe. Maybe could have gone the Nexus before the cannon here. since the links are all still just chasing the
Oh,
probe.
gets another deny on that hedge.
Okay, probe goes down though.
So
That's,
yeah, you don't
all
need...
of this annoyance. It's bad to lose the scouting probe here, I have to say. Oh,
Yeah.
Overlord will get away in time.
Oh no, it's gonna get picked off.
So unfortunate.
Yeah, just
That
everything going
really
wrong here in this
wrecks
game.
the Zerg build. That really wrecks the Zerg build, losing the Overlord there. Like, you're already starved for larva with the late hatchery, and you want like a second Overlord on 16 supply, but now you have to make 2 Overlords here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Zerg just not even bothering, just going, okay, saying, okay, I'm so behind here, I'm just gonna throw down the Hydra then and hope that the early pressure is gonna compensate.
Yeah, it almost feels sometimes like Protoss players can just blind counter Hydras if they are able to do this kind of damage early on.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very low economy Hydra play here, and we have the second probe scout getting in, will be able to see everything. Man, this is a very tough position for Zerg. Of course, Hydras are still a good unit, like, but Protoss knows what to do now, I feel like.
Yeah, it's
At
actually
this level,
also...
at tier 1.
It looks like, since because this is a 2-player map, it shouldn't be that long to get all the way over from your base to their base, but it is a surprisingly long distance.
It's a pretty long rush distance on Butter, though, actually.
Yeah.
You know, these links being pulled back to, and actually another probe gets out as well. This one link not spotting it, not catching it. Hydra speed on the way, but still making drones. I mean, you still need some economy here.
Yeah, I suppose we'll probably see the 973 here.
Well, yeah, or maybe even like a 9-5. Oh, actually, we have Hydras morphing already, so this is like a...
Yeah,
this is a 9-3-1.
Yeah, this feels
9-3-2.
like if you do it off of this few drones, it's just not gonna work. It's just...
Okay, 9-5-2. I'm sorry, 9-5-2.
Okay, yeah, there is a bit more. Yeah.
That's like an okay all-in actually, but it's not very quick either. Like, it's 5:20 and...
Yeah, a few more Hydras being made.
Second cannon on the way, Citadel almost done, second gateway.
The thing is, if you don't have the basic number of drones, then you can't use your larva, so it's just not very efficient.
You really can't, and that's the power of this early damage, really. Denying the hatcheries, denying the larva count, denying the Overlord. Yeah, really tricky. We have a Zealot out on the map, got out, and if you can get into this third base, there's nothing here really to do.
Yeah,
prevent it from doing damage.
There's just one Hydra making here. I guess 2 Hydras are going to be coming up, but...
Yeah, but they're going to be coming like one at a time, and this will still probably force a drone pull, or at least like some drones going down.
Hydras are moving across the map now.
The Hydras are moving out. Range on the way, speed is done.
But the third cannon is already coming up, so...
Yeah, and one cannon is pretty far forward here. So without range, I'm not sure if they'll... Tries to go for the pickoff on that cannon, actually. Zealot, meanwhile, picking away. Yeah, Hydra's being forced back.
And see, there's nothing else coming just yet.
Yeah, yeah, the Hydras haven't been rallied from the third, actually. They're coming from the natural, but from the third. Okay, so they will actually be able to defend the Zealot, but... Some Hydras just being let off. Finally gets that forward cannon, but... A lot of Hydras have led off here. Not able to get the Forge either before the +1 finishes, unfortunately. Big power spike for Protoss.
Yeah, there's just a few more Hydras coming, and...
Yeah, I mean, you have 21 drones, so you can make Hydras consistently here, but... The question is, now Protoss is adding gateways, has the +1, has the cannons to live, I believe. Going in here, being aggressive, trying to go for the kill, but the Zealot get on top of the Hydras here. Yeah, and now the Hydra numbers being reset.
Yeah, when now the Zealots have speed, they can kite, they can, you know, or I mean, the Hydras can't kite anymore.
And behind this, Protoss has Zealot speed, has the gateway count. Even another cannon being thrown down. Okay, goes for the sniper, actually gets that, but still, if if you're bleeding, like, if you're losing 3 Hydras to pick up a single cannon, not a very good trade, I think. Fight here. Okay, this is a bit more Hydra numbers here. Trying to micro, but actually over-microing a bit, like, not Hydra's not shooting all at the same time. And we have some DPs now. Oh, Hydra's good.
Yeah, now there's actually not that many zealots left.
Here. Just going for the cannons, but like not caring that the zealots are just tearing through here. And behind us, oh, there's a zealot in the mineral line at the natural. Drone trail.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
so
wow.
Picking off a few drones here.
This is so annoying because now you can't manage that many fires going on at once.
Yeah, the multitask being text there gets into the main even.
And now there's a Dark Templar out as well.
Yeah, probably didn't spot that. Like, I mean, I don't know, maybe Overlord didn't even see that this DT can do a ton of work.
The Zealot is still alive.
Oh, the Zealot is still in the main here. 3 kills, 4 kills. Yeah, now drone drill.
5 kills.
+1, man.
Yeah, 6 kills.
And that's
Amazing.
6 drones. Look at the drone count. 16 drones, 17,
yeah.
And now the DT.
And there's basically nothing. There's no SimCity here, so.
And even more Zealots coming. Okay, there's 2 Hydras. Gonna force. Actually, the DT could kill those Hydras. 1 Hydra was really low, would be one-shotted. But instead, backing off, coming in with the Zealots instead. Oh, time for 244. We have another DT actually. Can try and go for a run by here, or just. I mean, there's no SimCity. There's almost no Hydras. This Protoss army just wins straight up.
Yeah, the DT is gonna try to run by, and looks like it will. There's no Overlord in the main.
Yeah, Protoss
and there's actually no Overlord speed just yet. Yeah.
Getting a lair, but like this is just a lot of. Yeah.
I think these DTs are just gonna end the game, to be honest.
They might just pick up the Hydras then here. So it's going to town. Yeah, and these low counts like DTs, 40 damage a swipe, 2-shotting Hydras. So it's also doing a lot. Zerg doesn't have the eco. DT in the main, killing the Hydra then.
Yeah.
Hydra's being picked off in the natural. Gets on top of the drones once again.
And there goes the Hydra then.
Like just constant fires, as you put it earlier.
Yeah.
Which Zerg isn't able to put out. Rather the Zealots.
You can't make Hydras anymore, so.
Yeah, now going for the spawning pool. Killing the larva, killing the drones. Nothing at the third either, unfortunately.
This is just overkill at this point, man.
It's not enough. Drones being drilled, but it's not enough. GG.
GG.
Lana. With the early eco harassment, really, just getting really far ahead and then holding the Hydras really nicely and
terrifying game, to be honest, man.
Sorry?
Terrifying game, like, just this constant pressure. Yeah.
Zerg, I think. I'm happy not being a Zerg right there, I have to say.
yeah. It does take a lot of skill and a lot of good judgment to be able to play this kind of style, though. So it was very well done by Lana.
Yeah, I think like just knew what to do in the early game. Like it might not take. You might say, oh, okay, putting down a pylon isn't so difficult and so on. But like knowing that, okay, you can go for the. If you see the drone coming back, that they're trying to get it at the natural and just, denying the hatchery once again, so hurtful. And of course, just the Overlord going down. That's just a bit unfortunate from Zerg's side, not moving that away in time for the cannon warping in. But very nicely done. And now we are done with the ZVP. We're done with the matchups where we have like the intimate biased knowledge. Instead, we get the gentleman's matchup here, the TVT. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted.
Oh.
I can't believe it. Sorry. Sorry about that. I was just talking about how you mentioned to me before the start of the cast that this was actually a switch in players.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. This was supposed to be, I believe this was supposed to be Eskia against NCX. Eskia for GOSU, NCX for 2 Furious.
Okay.
And then I think they just couldn't schedule. And
Right.
then Jess stepped in, who is also a tier 1 Terran. So the same matchup, same tier, everything.
Yep.
So yeah, we still get TVT as it was planned.
Yeah. And let's see what a TVT looks like between these players on a big 4-player map like Polypoid. Let's
Yeah, and
get
also
into it.
we've seen like now in these casts I've been doing with you, first tier 3, tier 2, tier 1, now tier 1. Let's see if there's like differences in how TVT is played.
Yes. We get the Terra music. In the top right corner, it's CPL Jess for GOSU.
And in the top left, with the pre-order command center here, for 2 Furious, it's NCX.
So should we keep these colors or should we go back to red blue? What do you think?
I'm fine with magenta. I don't mind it. I know Jess always picks magenta.
Oh, okay. Well, let's keep these colors then.
I hope Quark is doing well versus Boa. I think this was during VSL, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. These players are clanmates, both in Ash, so they know each other. Probably we'll have some chatting going on here. Let's see how that will impact the game, maybe. Knowing that they know each other.
Yeah, I'm sure they've played against each other a lot. Then again, do you really want to play TVT versus your clanmates? Is that really a thing that you want to do if you're a term play it?
Well, that's the thing. Both of these players really play all races. Jess, of course, a very strong Zerg and Protoss player, and NCX loves to random, loves to pick different matchups. I think in this CPL though, playing Terran only.
Yeah, NCX was actually listed as a race picker, but I think just picking Terran in this CPL.
Yeah, just being consistently like maybe changing their mind, like starting out thinking they're gonna play different matchups, but now just choosing to focus on a single race, which is fine.
Yes.
We have the wall in here. This should be a tight wall, I think, with the depot above the racks, I think, from NCX. Meanwhile, Jess just going for barracks by the command center. A bit earlier gas, I think, from Jess.
This SCV gonna do a scout for the diagonal?
Scouting the center.
Oh, it's just scouting the center for proxies. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, turning back actually was a bit. Yeah, so was looking for maybe assuming some trickery here from NCX, but not the case.
Yeah, very nice to be safe and scout that.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's like inefficient when it's nothing there, but on the off chance, if you know the player likes to do that, it's a fine read to do that. Oh, and this is not a tight wall actually. This is like a SCV gets through here. Sees SCVs on gas still, which might be a tell that this is not an expansion right away. But I mean, as I say that, Jess also still keeping SCVs on gas. So let's see if both players go for 2 factory or an expansion or some other tricky play.
Yeah, the factory coming up for both players now.
2 factories for NCX. There we are.
There it is. Yeah.
Meanwhile, SCV still in the base.
SCV is causing mayhem in the base.
Yeah, Jess pulled quite a few SCVs to try to deal with this, and also probably delaying her tech choice. Doesn't want to reveal that, I would assume. Now, SCV going out. Will this be a command center anyway then? Since the early tech was scouted, the potential early tech, I mean.
The 3 on gas for NCX and 2 for Jess.
Yeah, 3 on gas is fine if you're doing this 2 factory, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe you pull off later if you're like, if it's 2 factory vulture, maybe you would pull off of gas. So maybe this would be tanks instead. And we have command center for Jesse, so just going for that 1 fact.
Yeah, 2 add-ons.
Yeah. 2 add-on, you can still do vultures with 2 add-ons just to get speed and mines. Let's see now. Oh, it's tanks. Okay. With the gas mining, that makes more sense, I think. We're gonna look to poke ahead with tanks here. Now the question is, of course, what does Jess research here from this add-on? Is it gonna be speed or is it gonna be mines?
Yeah, I would have to think with the
Mines, I
wall
would be
there.
better
Yeah, with the wall there
against the
especially.
tanks. Yeah.
It may not be SCV tight, but it's certainly vulture tight.
Well, now it should be, I believe. With the marine gets through, but I don't think the vulture can't really run by here. Also, the Rax will spot the siege tank, so Jess should know that. Okay, yeah.
Researching mines now.
Mine upgrade. Yeah, definitely the correct play here. Going for 2 factories. Let's see if it's going to be a 3rd factory or an armory or starport even.
Yeah, with that barracks in the wall for NCX, he has a significant deficit of scouting information.
Oh, look at this! NCX lifted the racks.
Oh, look at that! That's beautiful.
Jessie denies by landing her own racks here. She denies further reinforcements, at least for quite a while. And to stop the move out completely, it seems like NCX turning back just to kill the racks as quickly as possible. We'll have 4 tanks though, and more tanks coming. But now these vultures moving out, they do have mines done. Let's see, planting the mines now. NCX moving out. Sure, tanks attack quickly, but gets 1 mine.
Oh, actually, there was no connection actually.
Yeah, tanks attack pretty quickly, but now has to be very careful here. If you're a bit too aggressive in moving into the mines, but
it looks like 1 mine hit, but that's pretty good.
Not a single mine. A single mine did hit actually.
Yeah, just 1. Yeah, that's pretty efficient.
Still, I'm so surprised that NCX is going for this. Another mine hit, and also now with the high ground. I'm shocked that NCX chose to commit there, honestly, without any Goliaths, without an academy. But I guess you have to. With
Trying to do the Bisu micro, man.
Yeah, I tried to, but if you can't consistently get it, then those low HP tanks can be taken over. Now we have a CC behind us though, looking to transition. Siege tanks on the high ground, but vultures denying the construction here. And behind this, we have 3 factories, vultures. Speed now done. Just playing the very typical vultures, mass vulture style so far. Ooh, mine hits the tank there.
Oh yes. By the way, Grass in the chat saying, place a few mines on top of each other. Wait a minute, doesn't that cause them to glitch out and not do anything?
Maybe if they're like directly on top, but if they're like very, very close, I mean, it's just less time.
I thought like maybe Grass is just trying to teach Terran players bad things so that he doesn't get hit by mines as much.
I don't think. Okay, Vulture is pulled in by the siege. They're looking to siege push out here, but this is still without any academy, without any Goliaths. This is
again playing with fire here with these mines, man.
But I mean, if you're taking a risk and it pays off, then you can get the hope. Mine did go up on that tank couple. Looking to now a bit of a micro arena here, trying to mine up on top of the tanks. Gets 1 tank. Of course, this is valuable gas being traded away from NCX's side. Still only on 1 gas, meanwhile Jess only using minerals here.
Yeah, and a starport coming up.
Yeah, going into add-on, so might be dropship here, might be a vulture drop.
Yes.
Making her own tanks now, looking to put up a soft contain.
Yeah, Jess actually has a lot of gas banked up.
Yeah, I mean, she's had the gas for a lot longer and she was producing vultures for a very long time, so I think it's natural that you're gonna have some gas. You can use that to get more factories up or other tech. And now NCX trying to gain any ground they can with the tanks here and the floating barracks, to maybe assuming that there is going to be a contain coming up, looking to gain as much territory as possible. Well, they still can. Moving into
Oh my
Ooh,
god. That
that's-
was expensive, man.
Yeah, that's really expensive. Still no academy here. I feel like, yeah, I feel like you really need scan in this situation as the player kind of playing against the mine contain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even auto
Yeah.
can float that as well, and also build turrets, of course, to kind of slow push out.
Yeah,
And we
meanwhile,
have the drop here from Jesse.
yeah,
Also
meanwhile,
making
NCX has a
drop.
Wraith on the way, so...
Yeah, both Wraith can be nice here in this still early stage of a TVT, both to gain vision control and also deny any drops. Oh, NCX hope to take a third here, but Vultures on top of that at the 9 o'clock. And meanwhile, Jesse has been able to saturate the third base already at 3 o'clock, so
Yeah.
strong economic position here, I have to say.
Yeah, looking very good for Jess. Look at that SCV lead as well.
Yeah, 10 workers, 12 workers ahead now. Dropships being loaded up. We have 2 tanks and then a tank and 2 vultures here. And this is 3 starport here.
It's actually
Gonna
quite
be
a lot of
raids.
SCVs not mining though. For Jess.
Yeah, a few in the natural not mining. Quite a few in the natural not mining. That's unfortunate. Okay, dropship.
Yeah, spots this
Vultures will see
dropship as
that
well,
though.
yeah.
And there is a turret. Not sure about whether to commit. He just goes for it anyway.
yeah.
The kamikaze drop here. The siege tank under the eBay will be able to swing that up. Let's get a little bit of damage done. And now the second dropship, however, with the tanks on the ledge here. The Wraiths do pick up the dropship though, and will slowly chip away the tanks, but the tanks can still. Okay, targeting the add-on. If it doesn't have vision of the SCV line, unfortunately, so you might be able to pick up the add-on and just make it burn. Oh, starting cloak from that. I'm not sure if that will finish. Behind this, a 4th base going up for Jesse at another main actually. And
Yeah,
just-
that's a strong move. I think it's gonna be a while before you can actually like scout and scan this.
Yeah, when ahead, get more ahead, you know.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Building Goliaths now, seeing the mass rates really. So I mean that's a
Yeah, there's actually
Good
3
counter, I would say,
starports
rather
blinking
than
now, so...
trying to match. Units being bled off here, unfortunately, to these tanks at the forward position. Mines being laid on top though. Will they be able to connect? Yeah, I think these will. Yeah.
Yeah, very
pick
nice
up both
work.
tanks.
Nice work
Very
to
nice.
To break out there.
Yeah, we'll try to take 12 o'clock behind this map.
Yes.
Or yeah, this at least in this position.
Quite a lot of wraiths out already, and I think more on the way.
Yeah, did Cloak? I don't think Cloak finished. I think the control tower burned down. But Goliaths are out. Goliath range on the way. Okay, there are turrets at 3 o'clock, so this harassment will be denied, unfortunately. When these are valuable paper planes, 100 gas each, they might be able to stop the second main, though.
Yeah,
For
this is
a
gonna
little
be
bit.
annoying.
This is going to be really annoying.
You can't actually get a turret up in time before your SP is
Yeah.
killed off.
Needs to send Goliaths over there, I think.
Yes.
However, just in the raw production here, look at the difference in factory count here.
Yeah,
NCX
NCX
banking
can't
the
really
base.
spend his money.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have the gas really to spend. I mean, gas units are what you want a lot of when you're not choosing to go for NCX, not really choosing to go for vultures in the high amount. Doesn't have the high factory count. Yeah, now Jesse tries to bust this 12 o'clock here. Only one tank, so the mines should connect. Actually, those are NCX's mines, but still forces to lift up here. As the units get up, and always Jesse can hold this 12 o'clock.
Oh, those 2 tanks getting
go
picked
down.
off.
But still, I think eventually we'll be able to break this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't very efficient, but you know, you picked off the base, so...
You have an eco lead, and like NCX at 2,500 minerals struggling to spend all their money. I mean, you can afford to be inefficient. It's more efficient than having the money in the bank. Oh, a lot of raids actually at the second main hosting.
Yeah, these
continuously
raids,
denying that.
yeah, still haven't been picked off in the bottom right
just
corner.
focusing on the raid play here, it seems like now going for add-ons and a science facility, and will probably take this mineral only for the third instead. But Jess still with a forward position here.
And there's a Valk.
Yeah, Valkyries can be a good counter to raids, as they do have that splash damage. Only one so far, I believe, though. So, like, cloaked raid one.
It's actually
cloak, I guess you can snipe the Valk.
There's actually still no comp set for NCX as well.
Yeah, this is just so much stuff, though. Just trying to go for bust, but this is a decent, pretty good siege line. I mean, I have to say. A lot of focus fire going onto this barracks now, just thanks to being sieged. One on the high ground, but some on the low ground.
You can't really break through here. I think maybe it was...
You can't break this.
Yeah.
We'll get the racks and we'll get some trades actually now with the superior vision.
But this is a good place for a couple of siege tanks to sort of
just
choke out
being able
this
to
whole
hold
corridor.
This position
Yeah.
and reinforce it. This is going to be very strong. Meanwhile,
Yes.
the bottom right base will be taken out by these raids, but...
Yeah, it's actually kind of amazing that this base got taken out completely. I feel like you could have set like two Goliaths over. Yeah.
Jesse still has a good map position and a good economy here. N6 trying to get up bottom, mid left, but Vultures on top of it once again.
Answers the CC.
Yeah, and with this added factory count now, N6 trying to get dropships, even a physics lab. Looking to maybe get into battle cruisers, but...
Yeah, 2 dropships being loaded up here.
Yeah, vessels actually now coming out for NCX, but this is just so many factories from Jesse in comparison.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that factory count. It's absolutely bizarre, man.
Yeah, and sure, NCX has a good tank count, relatively, but just the added vultures here, can get map control, can tank fire. You're going for a bust like this, and you putting mines on top. SCVs
oh, so many SCVs falling.
Go down to the mine head. And while NCX holds, this was still a big eco damage here from Jesse, and
these raids are getting some work done though.
Raids coming in.
I can only see one Goliath over here at the tank line.
Yeah, the
Valk gets picked off.
Actually soften them up a bit. It's one rate very low.
Oh, like, Goliath's gonna get taken off.
Inefficiently against the Goliath, but Goliath does go down.
Nice work by NCX to notice that the Goliath got picked off and that there's actually nothing here to contest the raids.
Yeah, very nice to be able to.
Because these tanks were a very nice position. I think if Jess was able to reinforce this, it probably would have been game. So.
Yeah, now the Goliath's coming in though, but already the tank line was broken for a little bit. Trying to get mining back up, more tanks coming in, but now a new round. Oh
my god.
Noticing though that Jess is on +2 attack here, while NCX on +0 unfortunately. Jess has the efficiency lead here. Her tanks will be able to two-shot NCX's.
Yeah, and these tanks are mostly on the low ground as well for NCX.
Yeah, so getting like mischance, so...
Yeah, and one thing we haven't talked about yet is that Jess has a significant lead in upgrades.
Yeah.
NCX still on 0-0.
Yeah, and this means that not only does she have the economy lead, so she can trade into NCX's defensive line, but she will also be more efficient than otherwise.
Yeah.
And when your NCX is mined out in the main now, about to mine out the natural, has BCs coming. Only 2 BCs though. If you mines, one mine is able to connect there.
Yeah, that was actually pretty close.
They can be nice, but Goliaths in open ground beat BCs just supply for supply, especially upgraded Goliaths in 0-0 battle cruisers. But they might be able to pick up some tanks here and maybe save it. I think the third actually goes down, no lift there. We'll be able to pick up some tanks here.
Yeah, there's 3 Goliaths, and 3 Goliaths is not... Wait, is 3 Goliaths, is that enough for 2 battle cruisers? Wow.
They get one, especially with the upgrades. I don't know the break point, but like these are serious units. You need like good positioning and like tank support to make BCs work. N6 has the tanks, just not in position, unfortunately, because of the siege line here.
More Goliaths
N6,
queued up now, so...
Yeah. NCX actually in the bottom right, trying to hide the base where they kill off Jesse's base, but
Yeah.
moving out now.
You killed off that base, so why not?
Yeah. Okay, NCX on siege. Jesse sees that, takes the opportunity to move in, lay some mines, sending in tanks, just getting a further forward position here.
Yeah, this is such a forward position now. This base in the bottom right is just going to be too late.
Unfortunately, I think so. Yeah, this one battlecruiser is alive, was able to pick off the last Goliath and some tanks here at the bottom, but needs to be careful. These three... Oh, another battlecruiser though. Needs to get this one back to repair. But now Jesse is able to siege the natural gas here of NCX if she's able to get vision and just deny the production even more with that, with gas being really a limiting resource here.
Yeah, almost no minerals left at that natural.
Indeed. It does have a bit of a bank, of course, but it's going to be very tricky here as Jess can reinforce this contain NCX stuck.
Yeah, there's so many Goliaths here now.
We'll have to rely on air support here. I don't know if NCX has Yamato. There we go, scan. To deny the gas mining. And sure, NCX is building SCVs at bottom right. But Battlecruiser moving in. It's a lot of Goliaths though. Not really able to get any shots off. These Goliaths do have long range. Tanks bleeding off. Being rallied a
very
bit too
painful.
far forward.
This base is not
drop.
even operational yet in the bottom right. It's
It's a few SCVs there. We have a vulture, dropship being loaded up. Okay, Jess is just going for it
just
now.
moving in. And I think this is the right move here. There's nothing
all the
here.
Goliaths to deal with the battlecruisers. Big repair actually going down.
Nice mine lay at those two tanks at the top.
Yeah, nice there to try and pick that. Oh, tanks actually sniped that. One mine did go off. A nice beast matrix. And the SCVs go down, the BCs go down. GG, well played. And Jesse takes game one.
Really very beautiful
nice
game one.
Very nice hold of the two factory there. The wall really kind of backfiring a bit, maybe. Because when NCX had to lift there to get their tanks out, Jesse was able to land her own barracks on top of the wall and block the wall and delay the push out for mines to get out.
Yes, NCX also just didn't have that much intel on what Jess was doing because that barracks wasn't floating.
Yeah, I mean, when you are two-facting, you do often want to like try and... I mean, it makes sense that you want to wall to keep scouting out, but it wasn't able to do that. And then, of course, Jesse had the first scout, I believe. So what knew exactly where to send the barracks right away. A bit unfortunate in that sense. But with the eco lead from having the earlier expansion, just being able to transition better into a macro game.
Yes.
Let's see now how it will go on Sylphid.
Yes, we have our game 2 loaded up. It's Neo Sylphid. NCX versus Jess. Let's go. Alright, same colors as before. We have the left spawn, NCX.
And in the bottom right, in the magenta, once again, we have CPL Jess.
Yeah, let's see how this matchup plays out in a 3-player map.
Yeah. One thing I'm thinking of once again is that if it goes to a split map situation, it's going to be most likely an unfair split.
Oh, yes.
Because of there not being a fourth starting location.
Yeah, and also you've got this sort of fake high ground, which is ease the siege up from the outside.
Yeah, and it's like that can gain some map control, but also being a fake high ground, you don't get the miss chance being there.
Yeah.
But of course, like having it can be a strong position to hold, like to control stuff, trying to move through the middle. Depot in the main. Depot before barracks, nothing too insane just yet.
Yep.
Oh, actually, this might be okay. This might be a forward barracks from Jess.
Yeah, well, Jess was scouting for this last game as well. Maybe just want to be sure.
Oh yeah, just an early scout, it seems like. Or, I mean, will this be an 11 barracks in the middle, maybe?
No, 11,
No, okay, just
11 barracks.
center,
You're
check
talking
for
about
that.
the honorable matchup here. That's not gonna happen, man.
Yeah, I've seen some Terrans.
It doesn't. Terran
Not
players
gonna
don't
name
do
any
that.
names, but let's see if they're in the chat.
Yes.
Oh, and yeah, and while this is a normal opening from NCX so far, this looks like it's gonna be Command Center first from Jess. So speaking of
Oh, you're right.
honorable,
Yeah.
that's not very honorable, but of course a very strong build if you can get away with it.
Yes.
Also scouting the center, knowing it's no proxy barracks. I mean, you are like less likely to get punished. So good choice in that sense.
Yes, definitely good build order choice here.
Yeah, we'll be able to get an eco lead here.
NCX in the chat saying an honorable Terran is just a Terran who's bad at poker.
That might be it. Now NCX only scouting now at 17. So like, I mean, it's fine to want to scout late to optimize your eco, but won't be able to know that this is coming, and might not be able to punish it if they, let's say, if they pull off of gas and go for like a one factory expansion. They will just be a bit behind here, I think. SCV scout trying to fight the Marine. SCVs are pretty good, but the Marines got a bit too many shots up early.
Yes.
Takes that out.
Gas just now coming up for Jess.
Yeah, so NCX will have the tech lead here, but unfortunately will also get the last scout. So won't know that this is CC first until it's way done and already operational, and with the factory probably quite a bit on the way, and even walling in here is NCX.
Yeah, exactly. It's just trying to be safe again.
Yeah, suspecting some kind of aggression maybe. We're hoping to hide tech behind this. Oh, and speaking of hiding tech, that's a way to punish this build though.
Two
The
ports.
double star port.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, it depends on what Jesse decides to do.
Kind of like last game. I mean, last game NCX went really hard on the raids as well, so...
Indeed.
I guess he just likes doing that.
Maybe just wanting to play with raids. Maybe that's their preferred way of like dealing with this matchup. I mean, a lot of Terrans, I mean, like, to not sugarcoat it, they are not the biggest fans of TVT. So maybe that's like a way to deal with it. But it could work out pretty well here against the late tech of a CC first. Now NCX spots it. Doesn't actually know at this timing though, I think, if this was CC first or Rax FD, because it's already done. I mean, but either way, Jesse with an eco lead here. Let's see if NCX will be able to punish that. I have a vulture out here. Some 5 Marines actually, but vulture trying to go for the run by big
Yeah,
hit on
this
the
is
vulture
actually
though.
quite nice seeing all those Marines.
Yeah, okay, gets to gets it had 2 kills at the end. I don't know. I think it killed another SCV on the map.
Oh, okay, yeah, that could be, yeah. Because the vulture was out here in the bottom middle.
Indeed.
First raids are out, but this is enough Marines. Yeah.
The Marines can do decently here now, of course, before cloak.
Yeah, this is actually just enough Marines to kill these wraiths easily, I think.
Yeah, let's see if this will be like a 3 wraith push out, or sorry, a 4 wraith push out, or like 6, or they're just gonna go now, or if it's gonna wait for cloak. Just going for the rescout though, and we'll see that this is 1 base, so should realize that something is up. Actually going for a bit of a push out here with Marine tank and then one more factory without an add-on, probably for vultures.
Yeah,
I don't see an armory
I
anywhere.
think this might actually work because of the Marines can actually just fight the raid straight on.
Yeah, and also if you get like a, well, I was gonna say if you get a bunker up, that would be really strong against the raids. But we have a tank and siege mode coming for NCX, so that could deal with the bunker eventually. And now going for the add-on here, still banking up raids here, looking for a surprise maybe. Now Jesse only coming in sees that the CC has just started, so this, well, obviously was a one base opener. Sees the wall in here, but I mean that you can build as much as you want. That's still not a wall, and wow, still gets the full scout.
Beautiful seeing these ports and those raids.
Oh my god, that's so unfortunate. I hate myself as
Poor NCX, man.
I would be so mad.
Yeah.
I
Needs to move these Marines back,
okay,
though.
It's going for the counter here. Now that the surprise has been, get some SCVs.
Oh,
we have the chat craft. You're my top 3 favorite, Ash. Gets a lot of SCVs before the Marines come in. You know my play too well. NCX said in the chat that his raids don't fear any Marines. They only fear macro. Let's see here.
yes.
So far they have pulled back a bit. Is Cloak on the way? Not yet, I believe. Now doing the Wraith micro here, probably like with an SCV or something, or with a siege tank maybe. Microing as if it was Muralist, one-shotting the Marines indeed, very nicely done. But now a turret is coming up, and that might just be what stops this. 4 turrets going up in theory here, and pumps out. Yeah, one turret is up here, the Marines will have to back up a bit, but very nice, picked up all the Marines, and still able to chip away at this turret here.
I think you might want to go up and pick off these tanks over here.
Yeah, if NCX knew they were there, wouldn't I maybe want to do that, but still getting the eco damage here is very nice.
Yeah, I think maybe he just assumes that the tanks are in the base, but
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Also, just relying on turrets so far to hold this, but that does leave like this room for the raids to work with. No Goliaths just yet to kind of put a stop to this.
Yeah, these raids actually got quite a lot of kills. They got more done than I thought they would after they were
The worker count is almost equal. Cloak is on the way now.
Yeah, almost equal despite the fact that this base got up pretty late for NCX.
Yeah. Needs to start gas mining. There we go.
Oh, is he gonna see that? Well, even if you see the tanks at this point, it's too late because there's already turrets up.
Yeah, unfortunately behind this though, NCX once again, I have to say, like 1500 mineral tank. A bit unfortunate, of course. Was late on the second base, so it doesn't have a lot of gas to work with. And once you want a lot of gas, but like only one factory, can't really spend his money if you're Volum right now.
3 SCVs going out in separate directions.
Looking for hidden bases or looking to just mass expand, I mean, that's a way to spend your money, of course. Puts down the CC here at the bottom left. Maybe looking for bases with the other one.
Yeah, Goliath's going to be coming out here, so I think that's going to be the end of the Wraith harass.
Yeah, 2 Goliaths coming out against 4. We do have Cloak though, so could Cloak here, but of course we do have Scan. Yeah, there we go. Goliath range even coming, just looking to shut this down completely.
Yeah, no more raids being produced.
And there we have it. We have a command center at 12 o'clock and at 3 o'clock. I mean, that's a way to spend your money. But this is like...
Yeah, this is the craziest eco play I've seen ever.
Yeah, it's a way to come back.
Yeah.
For sure, but you also need to like... One thing is having the CCs, but you also need to get SCVs there. Either you're building them or you're transferring all across the map. If you can get away with it, of course, would be very nice. Now, meanwhile, Jess behind this, just adding factories, looking to move out, gain some territory, knows that she has the ground armor. Oh, Wraith being baited into Goliath here, bunkers down.
Wraiths are so low now.
I don't know, what does NCX have against this tank move out? One more Wraiths going down. We have some tanks in the main, but that's not the position we want them in.
Spots this 3 o'clock.
Here. But let's see if NCX will be able to set up a siege line in time against Jess's move out. Sieging in the natural, Takes off one Goliath there. Building an eBay. Another Goliath goes down, but this eBay is not long for life. The question is, who will have vision here? Oh, I mean, with the braids here, actually, you can't. With Cloak, you can't pick away at this.
Yeah, there's just one Goliath. That's not enough to pick off these raids. Actually, they are very low, actually. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The Goliath does go down. And will be able to chip away at this. While getting up more tanks off the road. And now, at 3 o'clock, the base was denied, actually. The two other bases are up, though.
Yes.
But now, Jesse, maybe having the sense of like what NCX would want to do here. Sense and SCB sees the bottom left base. Vultures coming out.
This is kind of crazy, like you just spotted that CC in at 3 o'clock and now you spot a CC at...
Yeah, and look at this SCB going up.
Yeah.
To the top side.
Yeah.
What,
Jess is like, you're up to something. You're not supposed to have 2 CCs hidden away. There's got to be a third one there, right?
Did she scan those? I missed that, I think.
I don't think so. I didn't hear them.
Okay. CC floating away. Behind us, NCX has added some more
Just take the
factories.
6 o'clock one. Just float over the 6. Who cares?
Yeah. Okay, but we have more factories now, more comparable counts, but still, this container is still pretty tricky. Now the has been reinforced with Goliath, so the raids can't do a whole ton, I think.
And lots of starports coming out now for Jess.
Yeah.
Also finds that 12 o'clock, by the way.
Looking to get into raids of her own here with the superior economy.
Jess making a turret in the 12 o'clock base. That's very interesting.
2 SCVs against 1 here. Just the turret, just to show that hey, I'm here.
Yes, exactly.
I know you. I know you're here. I know you know. Vulture and a Goliath going up to 12 now, looking to pick up. More turrets being built around.
And all these starports are blinking.
Yeah, and also these turrets are nice because they can like deny any further dropships and also of course scout for bases. Yeah, it just looks like it's going to be mass Wraith as a way to close this game out here against the heavy tank unit comp of NCX.
NCX has literally just floated their CC over the 6 o'clock and is just making SCVs there now.
Did you watch this replay before we started casting?
What? No.
Oh, okay, nice one. Yeah, it's gonna try and mine from there.
I said that as a joke, but it's actually happening.
Yeah, it is. Main is about to mine up for NCX.
It's just shameless, you know. But look at how many tanks there are in the natural, though. For NCX.
And this turret here at 11 o'clock will pick up the command center.
Oh, that's amazing.
Goodbye.
That's amazing. You know, it's a shame we don't have kill counts on buildings.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see sometimes.
I mean, you wouldn't want to see like just how much a single sunken or a turret or a cannon or a bunker, how many links a bunker can kill.
Yeah, exactly.
Would...
Well, here comes the air army.
Here's the raids coming in. Will no side with +2, but the raids here really just making the difference. There's no Goliaths.
There's
no
absolutely nothing here.
Nothing to contest the air control, no turrets either. And NCX will, I'd say, will have to pull back into main, but actually just trying to bust out. Maybe if you pull SCVs here, this could work, but now a lot of these tanks not being sieged, of course. And I think, sure, got a lot of ground kills, but eventually this is just like trying to get as much damage as possible before the raids pick you off. I'm not ready for tier 0. Oh, that was a nuclear silo. I missed that.
That was a nuclear silo? Seriously? Let me go back.
Yeah, in NCX's natural.
Oh, you're right. Wow.
Sorry for rewinding here. And in the main.
Oh, in the main as well. Wow. Is this Borisu playing? Smurfing on his account?
Well, I mean, Borisu and NCX, I think they've had some games before.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't get to see any nukes, but well, that's the way it goes. It was a great game by Jess.
That's how it goes. GG. Jess takes it 2-0. Very, very strong play from Jess there. Of course, with the CC first, like you have a bit of an advantage. Although the Braids did get a lot done and almost equalized the worker count there. The Braids with the micro did get a lot done, but just the eco behind it and the macro behind it for NCX slipped a bit, it seemed like, with like the fake mineral bank and the lack of factories to contest the ground eventually.
Yeah. It was also just crazy to see that many CCs going up.
Yeah.
And then Jess spotting them all.
But Jess didn't put up as many CCs, but she put up the fast third and was able to actually keep that alive. I mean, that's pretty strong, being able to keep your expansions alive instead of losing them.
Yeah, and being really on top of scouting, and just overall very good game sense from Jess.
Yeah. Just knowing that, I assume she maybe a thought process like, okay, if I can, this guy went raids against me now and two-factor the first game. Maybe if I just kind of look for any shenanigans, then I would be able to win. And it seemed like that worked out.
Yeah. And it looks like in terms of games won, GOSU takes the tier 1 at least, 3-1.
Yeah.
So,
do you know do we have the total standings?
I actually don't have the total standings. Maybe you can look that up real quick in the spreadsheet. Sorry, I don't have it open.
Super quick.
Yeah. Yeah, but GOSU has a very strong tier 1.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of strong players. I mean, I think Jess especially is a very strong player with her other races now. Of course, new to Terran. Well, I'm not sure if she's new to Terran, but now playing Terran in the CPL, improving on that as well. And I think the results so far, it was 3-2 so far for 2-Fact2 Furious.
Okay,
Before
so it's 5-4 for GOSU after this cast. Yeah.
Yeah, 5-4. Still anybody's game in terms of who is going to take the series, I think.
Yeah, very close. I think the playoffs were generally very close in the semifinals.
Yeah. I think it's going to be really close. I mean, 5-4 so far. It really can be. You can't ask for more. So stay tuned. Like, I'm sure we'll have more casts coming up off the playoffs. We'll try to cast all of the playoffs. So thanks for sticking around here, and hopefully we'll see you guys around once again.
Yeah, I think the only games left to cast is the tier 0 games. Those are the only ones, I think. We have tiers.
I think tier 2 is being cast tomorrow. I think tier 2 also is going to be cast.
Okay, well, we'll announce those when those
we'll announce that eventually.
Yes. Anyway, thanks for watching. There were some good games.
It was really nice. Oh, also, I'm sorry. This was only 4 games, as you might have noticed. There was unfortunately a walkover in this.
It was head trick, right?
It happens.
Yeah.
So that would be. So then it would be actually 6-4 for GOSU.
Oh yes.
There was a walkover.
It's a good thing you mentioned that, because I actually forgot about that.
So, yeah, I'll just update that real quick.
Yes. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. And we'll see if we can get another one of these casts out, maybe, and we'll see you.
Yeah. Let's see if we can raid someone.
Yes. Maybe we have a CPL player or someone.
I see AgGe online. Brood War LAN at Tuffer.
Let me see.
I mean, he was playing today and scored a good, nice 2-0. I feel like that could be a choice. Let's see if there's anybody else.
iRk-AgGe may be fun. Let me. I actually don't have the. There's the Aggies_IRK-TV. Yeah, Brood War line. That looks interesting. Let's raid AgGe.
Yeah. Give him much love, guys.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.